What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, just the usual. Hit him with the surprise. Started at 4. We're gonna push back to 410. Now we're gonna hit you at the 404. We're just trying to make sure that y'all are on your toes. I mean, we've seen that's been the theme with Steele's training camp of recently, right? It's like, no practice today. We're gonna move. There's practice over here. All right,
Were
this
you out
practice
there
is
for all
indoor.
that?
No, I lucked up. So the way it ended up working out for me, remember I had to fly out on, was that Thursday of last week or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
So I was gone for like a day or whatever. So when I came back, Friday night lights, I ended up getting back in town like late Friday. Friday night lights was that night. So I didn't have to go out there because I was flying back. That gets canceled, obviously. I was supposed to go out there on Saturday, though. Mm-hmm. And I got a call at like 9. It was like 9 o'clock, right before I'm about to get dressed and stuff like that. And they're like, yo, they switching it up again because the weather and the rain and everything like that. Don't worry about it. Stay in studio. So that kind of worked out. And then obviously today I wasn't scheduled to go out there. I want to go back out there, though, because I was expecting to see some good pass popping on Saturday. Come back in here on Monday with a nice, update. But this schedule has been all over the place. So I'm going to try to get back out there probably one more time this week.
You want to go out now?
No, I don't want to go out. But it's the mix of, I was going to go out there. I told myself 3 days. I was like, I'm going to go out there for 3 days so I can at least like see certain things that I need to see. So that was going to be one of my 3 days. So I haven't got my third day. I personally feel like I'm a little, I'm missing something.
You got robbed.
Yeah. So I got that itch of, all right, I want to go back out there. Obviously, it's easy to sell to the fam. It's like, hey, man, y'all want to go back out there, see, training camp practice, see the pads. Father-in-law still in town. So for him, it's like, oh, you get to see the players, pictures, autographs, stuff like that. So it's an easy sell. But for me personally, I'm like, yo, I need to see some more just so I can feel good about when I'm saying, hey, I think this is one of them guys you need to be looking for. Right now, I'm like, I'm a couple practices removed. I don't feel like, I don't like that right now. That's why I need to get back out there.
And there's been some guys turning up recently.
Absolutely. But some of this has been like a non-open to the public practice, what I mean? So stuff like that. So it's just like, when they're doing all of that, it's way more of a hassle for me to try to find, okay, where y'all at? All right, how long we there? All right, let me go over there. Like, it's just way too much. So that's part of the thing right now. But that's also why, like I said, I want to get back out there at least one more time this week.
Nice.
So we'll see. Because obviously we got the game on Saturday, man. So I'm excited about that. First preseason action for us this year, man. So that's gonna be a good time. But that's where we at with it right now. But enough of that. Enough of all that. We can't even start the show. I wanted to start the show because somebody had a birthday yesterday.
Sidney Crosby.
Well, hello there. He's cool, but the real main event, the real man, myth, legend, the one that roams with taco meat. And Alex is pretty dope. I like him. He's pretty dope. But he doesn't roll with the taco meat. That's all I'm saying. No. He's not a staple in the Pittsburgh community. He's not a guy that when we think of Ben Roethlisberger, this guy is synonymous with him. It's only one guy that I'm referring to, my friends. It's only one guy. And that, my friend, is you. So, happy birthday. I know your birthday was yesterday, but happy birthday again today, man. How was your your festivities? Did you celebrate, man? Tell us about it.
Yeah.
And how old are you, if you want to share that with the congregation as well, man?
Big 2-9 right now. The old 2-9er.
Let's go to old 2-9er.
So this may be a shock to some people where I spent my birthday weekend. It was actually up in Cleveland.
Why? I'm scared to even ask. I'm so scared to ask why, because it's a lot going on in Cleveland right now. All right, Deke, are you going to incriminate yourself if I ask? Okay, cool. So, Deke, what was going on in Cleveland, man? I just didn't want to throw that out there if you were going to say anything that would incriminate yourself, okay? I'm a team player here. You know that.
So, my buddy's birthday is around the same time as mine. Actually, I talked about his birthday and golfing for it on last podcast, I believe. So his girlfriend wanted to throw this big surprise birthday weekend for him.
Let's go.
Up in Cleveland. She lives up in Cleveland. He lives in Pittsburgh. Typically, every other weekend, they go back and forth. They met at college at Dayton, so that's why.
And that's your connection right there.
Yeah, there's one person from Pittsburgh, one person from Cleveland. Like, you're probably wondering, how the hell does that happen? You know what I mean? Did you guys meet on Tinder and put like a 3-hour radius on there, something like that? No, they met in college and they've stuck through it. I mean, this has been like 7-8 years. All right, so she wanted to throw a big surprise birthday weekend for him up in Cleveland. So all of our friends from Pittsburgh went up. But what's cool about it is it was like the middle ground for our other friends out in the Midwest.
Oh, so y'all had the full link
Yeah,
up.
we had other
Let's
friends
go.
come in from Indiana and other friends come in from Chicago. And it was good. I mean, you just go up there, you get drunk Friday. Saturday, we're just like roaming around, doing some stuff too. Sunday was a lot of fun because it was me and my two other buddies. We actually got to golf at a country club up there.
So you actually got to golf on your actual birthday?
On my actual birthday.
Nah,
yeah.
That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Wore the Sunday red.
Let's go. Sunday red. I love it. Love it.
And I didn't disappoint Tiger. Trust me on that.
Okay. Let's go.
But no, it was an awesome weekend. That's really what it was. And I guess after the podcast, family, we're going to have some dinner whenever I get back home.
Okay.
That's really it. I mean, it's just another day. Nothing crazy.
No. It's not another day, man. Because, see, where I'm from, we like to celebrate birthdays. We celebrate. We party. You know what I mean? So I figured since your birthday was just yesterday, we could still turn up a little bit in here. I know you said that we were going to be on the Bud Light seltzers this year, if I remember correctly, right?
Just the Bud Light brand, I think.
Right. So
anything works.
So we got some of those. All right. we got a few. What flavor you're looking for? You know what I'm saying, man? We got a little black cherry that work for you, man?
I think dealer's choice. Whatever you pulled out first.
You go black cherry. I'm going to go with a little strawberry.
That works
for the
me.
Culture. All right. We're going to cheers you up for your birthday, man. Can I get a little cheers?
Yeah, I'm stunned. This
there
is
we
great.
go. Come on, man. This is what we do, baby. Just for you. It's your birthday, man. And I don't even like to drink beer like that. You know what I'm saying? But for you, on your birthday, man, come on, baby. Can I get a... Oh, I went stone cold on him one time.
Don't cheers to me. I guess naturally it's my birthday.
Well, you are a jolly good fellow. What they say?
I wanted to say cheers to the chat. We're celebrating with you guys.
Absolutely. Man of the people.
Seriously.
So, once again, happy birthday, Deke.
Thank you.
The jolly good fellow. Cheers. All right. So, with that being said, man, let me tap mine. It's actually pretty tasty. Shout out. All right.
Oh, they're good.
But with that being said, man, let us know where you are tuning in from. We will give you those big boy shout outs to start this show because we got plenty we're going to be talking about today.
All right. Just waiting on for some of these to come in. Actually, a lot of birthday condolences and congratulations to me.
Come on, man. It's your B-Day, bro. Man, you got to celebrate the whole month. At least a week. Bro.
I mean, you could see in my chat right here. I guess because... my name is Deke on my YouTube username. It gets highlighted in the chat. Bro. You see all these highlights.
I see it, bro.
Thanks,
I like
guys.
it, man.
Big shout out to you guys. It's family here. It really is.
It is. That's what it's supposed to be, though, man. And that's what we got to celebrate you, man, when it's a birthday, when it's a wedding, when it's a child born, somebody losing their leg. It don't matter, man. We're going to all show him love. And he actually did follow up with us. He said that, his recovery is going well.
Nice.
And he does not recommend losing a leg. He did say that in the email as well. Just throwing that out there, all right? If you were thinking about it, okay?
I wouldn't mind finding out some more. I don't want to be insensitive about it, but maybe that's a conversation for another day.
I started to send it because this is what I typically do. I read through my emails, but I don't always respond right away. Sometimes I'm like, all right, I can just talk about this on the show. So that was one of them. But, I'm like, man, when he started talking about this leg, I'm like, bro, maybe I need to slide back over there. Can I ask you some more questions about this? I'm curious, legit. Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing that's in my mind is what's next.
To go?
No.
It's I hope you don't have to lose.
What's the replacement? You get a little
titanium?
nifty, nifty robotic
man?
foot or something.
But what's it? We coming back like the T2? You know what I mean? What we looking like?
I've always thought back to iRobot whenever a limb gets replaced or something.
That was pretty dope.
I actually at that point. I mean, I'm a little kid whenever I saw iRobot. This was back in 2004. I'm like, you know what? I actually wouldn't mind losing an arm if I can get it replaced with what Will Smith had.
Because it looked regular.
It's sick.
It looked regular, but it was robo. It was robot. You know what I mean? So I think of Terminator because that's my issue. So I'm like, dang, I'm thinking of when my man Arnold Schwarzenegger cut the skin off and he pulls off the joint and it's all this skeleton and I'm like, all right, I might go work with that. That's a little much though. It definitely did not look as smooth as iRobot. So I did not say to myself, I wouldn't mind losing an arm. I was kind of like, you know what? I'm going to keep my arm. That does not look like it feels good. But yes.
All right, I'll shout out some of the people here. We got to say raw dollars.
Oh, that's the homie, man. Absolutely.
330 Youngstown, Ohio. Share a line, baby.
Share a line.
Big Zay. 419 Mud City.
Let's get it.
Jar Devil. 310 San Pedro, California.
Hey.
Young Rico. Rochester, New
Shout out
York,
to young
585. Leah Warren, 254, Killeen, Texas. Jermaine, 951, Marietta, California.
Well, let me get in here real quick, man, because we got a lot of these people over here. Eddie Spaghetti, Cali in the house. Can't forget Daniel Potter, the big LA baby. Salute you. Absolutely. Excuse me. Also, we got Brandon Griffin, tuning in from Greenville, South Carolina, the 864. And Brandon Clark, the 540, Roanoke, Virginia, says happy birthday, Deke, by the way. A lot of happy birthdays, man. I'm loving seeing that, man. You deserve it, dude. From the heart. From the heart.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And then I'll end it on, I'll say these last two, then I'll pass it back over to you, man. L2N Gaming, Saraland, Alabama. I've actually never heard of that part of Alabama before, but shout out to Saraland, Alabama. And then my man Kenneth Moses, the 757, Virginia Beach, also says happy birthday, Deke.
Thank you. I'll read these super chats then.
Let's do
it. We got quite a few, and we'll start and try to be efficient with them then, I guess. Jacob Malacio.
Hold on now. Now that you're 29, are you gonna be like all like buttoned up now? Like it's like what's? Are you gonna cross and be like mature? I don't want you to be mature all of a sudden, man. I want you to be you. You feel me? Don't be buttoning it up. Goal. You know what I'm saying? Like keep the taco meat flowing, keep the seltzers. You know what I mean? Whichever you're on, keep those flowing, and just keep being you, baby. All right?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Slap me in the face or something if I do start turning a little more corporate. Try to be a little bit more buttoned up or anything like that. Cause
we don't want that, man.
Yeah, I don't know what could cause me to start doing that. I hope not.
Sometimes people get older and they just start changing. Right. It's kind of like when you see a kid go from like
midlife crisis. Something.
Right. The kid was like kitty, then they start growing up. You're like, bro, why'd you switch? Now you're over here like, I chew with my mouth closed when I'm at the table. I gotta say no and yes, not nah or yeah. Like, nah, man, we ain't doing all that. You know, be you. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jacob Malesio, I just want everyone to be okay. Praying for us all.
No, facts, man. Absolutely. No, I definitely appreciate you on that.
Come on here. Kevin Colbert and Omar Khan are giving me Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens vibes. Omar already had a top 5 Steelers GM all time. Omar already a top 5 Steelers GM all time. I thought he was going to say that was a top 5 Steelers GM season, what he just pulled off this offseason. Top 10 in the league at least. Yeah, I agree. I mean, his moves 100% right now. What is he, 4 for 4 or 5 for 5?
I mean, it's been a dope start so far. I just think, get to the season.
Well, we didn't get to talk about that Deontay contract. I mean, it was unreal, though. Am I wrong?
It's crazy. You called it, dude. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And shout out to the fact that, man, both of those sides were able to find common ground, right? I don't think, and I kind of talked about it in the initial reaction and stuff, but to me, I think that both sides had to come down from what they were asking for. Both sides had to come down from what they were trying to accomplish at the end. And I think lengthwise, numbers-wise, it makes sense for both parties right here, man. Yeah, it's just surprising, man, because
I was stunned.
Nobody was taking that. Nobody was taking those type of deals, man, in terms of that length. Yeah, we weren't seeing that.
I love Deontay's responses, though. One, he tweeted out, I think just thanking God. It was like, Lord to the Most High or something like that. But then in his interview, he said, man, I'm not worried about what anyone else is making. This deal was right for me.
Yeah.
I think that's a great...
That's how you answer.
One quote, but also, two, just a little learning lesson. Don't let comparison steal your joy. If the deal was right for him, he liked the Steelers organization. There's something that TG kept talking about, that's security. Man. You can't put a price on that.
100%, man. And you also, the thing that I really enjoyed that you just spoke on right there, too, man, is just if the money is right for you, it's okay to leave more on the table. But it has to be right for you. And nobody can say yes or no to that. Nobody can say, hey, he should have one in this or he shouldn't have one in that. That's his personal decision. That's his family's decision. But to me, man, it was just good to see that both sides were able to agree on something. And for Deontay, where he's still going to get a chance to hop right back out there on that market if he wants to realistically.
Or 29. I don't know. How's this deal? Because it's 2-year extension, so it's actually after 3 years?
Yeah. So it's... I'm trying to...
It even makes the deal more amazing for the Steelers, though, actually.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out how they count it because, you'll see somewhere they're saying this, they've added 2 years to this deal, to the regular deal, to what he's playing on right now. So this would be him playing under what he's already been under. Right. And then new money hits next season. I'd have to look at it again. That's not how I had interpreted it, but it could be. But from my understanding, I thought it was going to be the new money hits this year and next year being those 2 years, not him playing under, I'm trying to think, what is he even supposed to make this year?
I mean, peanuts.
Not even, is it $1 million? I don't even know if it's $1 million this year that he was supposed to make. But that's why I didn't think that it was going to be this season where they would have him still playing under. And that's why all the reports came out as just a regular 2-year extension, meaning like starting now, he's going to go and get that going forward.
Either way, Omar Khan's on fire right now.
Yeah. Well, that's one of them things too, man. I think Omar has had an awesome start to this game, man, without a doubt. You talk about being able to re-sign the guys, re-sign them for the amount of money that he did, and even the draft class. Like, when you talk about how you started out, this is how you would want it on paper. Now we got to see, okay, the guys that we did re-sign, now it's up to them to do their job. The draft picks that we had, now it's up to them to do their job, because that's the other part of, the GM being viewed successfully. The first part is getting them in the door, but after that, we got to make sure that you actually got the right people in this door. And that's what we'll see, man, starting obviously Saturday and then going forward this year, man. But no, Omar's definitely on. He's on a hot streak right now, man.
He wasn't messing around either. Make a deal, boom.
Yeah.
Next up, Chris Boswell. Boom, done. And actually, did you see with the Boswell deal? Tucker clapped back here.
He's not messing around. Not messing around at all. I said, man, I felt like we took an L right there. I don't like how that ended for us. I felt like they flexed on us a little bit, like, oh, so you said he's tied with who? Shh, get him out of here. That's what it felt like. That's all I'm saying, man. And I was low-key, like, conflicted because you know how I talked about Tucker. I'm like, dang, I kind of like that he flexed like that, but I'm like, why'd it have to be at the expense of my dog Boz? That's all. But it was pretty dope across the board.
And then right after Boz, he gives the press conference talking about Boz's deal. But then everyone's asking about when's Deontay getting signed. What do you think of the hold-in? He says, I want Deontay signed. I want him here long-term. 2-3 days later, boom, Deontay signed man. For an amazing deal.
Absolutely.
Official momentum. Mason's stats are better than Mitch. QB1 question mark.
Well, we're going to get a chance to find out more and more. You got to remember the context. If we're talking specifically practice stats, Mitch has what? No, he still hasn't had the full gamut of starting playmakers on offense with him. He hasn't had a practice where he's had Najee Harris, Chase Claypool, Pat Freiermuth, and Deontay Johnson together. He hasn't had one practice like that, and he's been going against our defense, who we talked about is trying to be elite this year, right? That's their goal. So just with that, man, context, Mitch isn't always having, the I don't even know how to explain it. I don't want to call it fair, but just from a competitive perspective, man, the cards have not been in his favor too much early on. Now, when you're talking about Mitch and, we're talking about Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph. Now, obviously, when you're talking our second and third team receivers, second and third team running backs, in contrast to our second and third team DBs and linebackers, you can just see where it becomes a little bit closer talent-wise as we go down the depth chart offense defense. Whereas with that starting unit, without those guys I just named, them top 4 dudes, it's a big difference, man, when we're talking about our defense versus the players that have been putting out there on offense. That's the only reason I would say a little hold on the QB1 switch. But, we'll see what these preseason games start to look like, because that's one of those things that you don't care about those excuses anymore. You don't care, not in excuses, but those variables anymore. You start to look and you say, hey, man, if this is what you're dealt with on game day, this is the game plan on game day, what can you make out of that? Very different than in a practice setting where you just don't know who's going to be available to you that day until you're going out there. That's all.
Yeah. What do you do under the lights?
Yeah.
And apparently Mitch has been a little bit better these last couple of practices as well.
Yeah.
I think Friday got canceled, and I think on Saturday I've been hearing some good things about Mitch. Pickett's just been gradually going up.
He's been getting better.
Excited to see what he can do. Kyle Monier, glad we got Cole over Jensen. Big L for the Bucks. Yeah, that's something you can't account for.
Exactly. I was about to say the only L is that whoever that D lineman was for Tampa was having a tempo violation going too hard. Other than that, it ain't even close. Yeah, Jensen, yeah.
Mason's a little younger. We could say that.
It's not even close. Yo, y'all are wildin'. All right.
Fish Momentum. What's good, Moats and Deke? Happy Monday.
What it do?
Fish Momentum. What y'all think of the Rondell Carter signing?
Rondell Carter, man. JMU Duke. Absolutely. Still signed him today. Or it's...
Did they ask you for any intel?
No. I mean, Coach Tomlin know what it is. You get a JMU Duke in the house. That's last time he had success in the postseason. What was on the roster? JMU Duke. He ain't had one since with the postseason. All right, you laugh. How many playoff appearances? So think about this.
You're talking about yourself, correct?
I'm just talking about JMU.
No, but I'm just saying.
I'm just talking about JMU. That's all I'm saying, right? I'm not saying me specific. I'm just saying JMU. Prior to me coming to Pittsburgh,
I just didn't know if we had another guy like in the wings.
All I'm saying is prior to a JMU guy coming to the roster in 2014, the Steelers had experienced back-to-back 8-8 seasons and no playoff appearance during that time frame. JMU guy comes on the roster, 4 playoff appearances back-to-back years, multiple playoff wins, AFC Championship game appearance. JMU guy leaves the roster. We ain't won a playoff game since. That's all I'm saying, man. All right. So, to me, I do think that Rondell Carter is a great pickup.
What does he even do?
All right. So let me coach you.
Is he a running back?
No. I got you. So he's an outside linebacker. So this is the thing, man. This is going to be a second year. He was undrafted. Was with Dallas on the practice squad all last season. Where was he earlier this year? He was another spot right before he came to us. But Rondell, man, heavy-handed dude, could play up and down the D-line, more of a 4-3 base DN type of guy, can bump in and play 3 technique as well, but at the NFL level, undersized for that position, which is why he's had to bump out. So in terms of playing against the run, he's solid there. In terms of him rushing the passer, he can win in that capacity. The biggest question mark for him and all of these other younger outside linebackers I've talked about on this roster is, can you cover? He was not asked to do that at JMU. Heck of a player at JMU, but he was not asked to do any type of coverage stuff. So once again, with Rondell, how fast does he pick up the coverage and what can he do on special teams? I think that will determine his overall chances of staying here and carving out a role. But that's kind of like what it is with Rondell. When you're coming from the JMUs and stuff like that, a lot of the front 7 guys, D linemen in particular, like myself, were always a little bit undersized because that's why we went to a small school versus going to a Virginia Tech or a USC, right? Talent is there, but the size is a little bit different. So for him, he's caught between a DN and a D tackle's body, athletically, size-wise, speed-wise, and stuff like that. So the question is, when you start talking about him, can you play him at the inside? That's a lot. You know, handling those guards and those centers play in and play out. Can you put him out there on the edge? Okay, but can he play in that space? And that's what we're going to try to find out. Like I said, he was on the practice squad with Dallas last year. They kept him up there the whole season, so he did enough in that capacity. But, you know, now it's preseason, so we'll see what it looks like in the game, man.
Did you get any looks or any offers to leave JMU after, like, your second year or anything like that?
So transferring wasn't as big when I was out. It was more so, you know, guys trying to get you right at the last bit before committing and stuff like that. But I had offers from 1A and 1AA. It was just when I'm comparing Kent State, Akron, Buffalo, when I'm comparing East Carolina, Temple, you know what I mean? Like, and this isn't Temple that became good. This was Temple when Al Golden had just taken over, and then they started to get back good.
They had a little
run all through that time frame. So it was like, all right, when I'm looking at all these options, to me, JMU coming off a national championship the year prior to me coming out, I'm just like, yeah, I would much rather go there than go to a MAG school or a Conference USA school just to say I went 1A. And you know, I think it worked out. So, yeah.
I think it did.
You know.
Fish Momentum. Moats, what's good?
What it do, baby?
You checked your inbox.
I did.
We got the email saga.
I did, man. And you sent like
what's the next step?
40 of the Dagon Ambition to Kids songs, bro. Like, I did not listen to all them songs. I'm just throwing it out there now. I did not listen to all them songs.
Did you have a favorite?
Dude, it was 40 songs in the email. Like, it might have been 40 songs, like legit. It was like all like separate links.
You just set it on shuffle and didn't know what songs were
it don't even
up.
work like that. You got to click the link separately. I clicked like once or twice. I'm like, bro, I'm not going through all 40 of these things. But I did check it out though. Yes.
Fish Momentum. Some sports analysts compared Allen to Big Ben.
We've been hearing that though. That's not new.
Apparently, it's not a sports analyst. Aaron Donald.
All right. Yeah, but I thought that
Aaron Donald says Josh Allen is like a futuristic Big Ben.
Yeah.
I feel like that has been a comparison for him for a little bit.
They talk about like how
he's definitely a little faster than Ben.
Well, that was the thing. It was like he's a little faster. Obviously, I think Ben was stronger in terms of like just throwing guys off of his body. Different dynamic in terms of how they are quote unquote elusive. Excuse me. They're not elusive in the sense of like a Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray. They're elusive like in a Big Ben way, where it's like you're going to get to them, but they're so physically strong that they're going to be throwing you off of them. I mean, it's been clips obviously we've seen clips of Ben, 3 guys on, he's still chucking that ball out of there. Josh Allen has some similar clips as well. So I think that's the biggest reason with it. But Yeah, I mean, if you're Josh, that's hey man, you're not hating that. That's good, fine company right there, man.
No,
absolutely.
Not. Josh Allen's good. And I think I said this to you. I don't remember if it was off the mic or if it was on one of our more recent podcasts. Yeah. Whenever you see highlights of Mahomes or even like Josh Allen, some of these newer quarterbacks make just like crazy throws, whether they're scrambling around, dodging guys, throwing off back foot, all these crazy angles. And it bums me out that I don't know if it's I wanted social media more back then or maybe just Ben getting more press because like he was making all these throws. Yeah. Like, he was the originator with some of this stuff.
He was doing that.
Aaron Rodgers obviously did some of that too, but yeah, it bums me out. I think he should have got more recognition.
Yeah,
when he was playing. Yeah, I mean, he was constantly underrated. I thought.
Yeah, but it's year in and year out. Different era, man. I think when you talk about like you said the social media and stuff like that now, it would have been night and day back then. But it's just one of them things, man.
Yeah. AJ Martinez, happy birthday, Deke, the Duke, Diggler.
Hey, let's go.
Thanks.
Let's go.
Fish Momentum, happy birthday, Deke Diggler, Easy E.
Hey.
I like that one.
Let's get it.
That pays homage to my actual name.
Oh, I guess my it does. You're right. Yeah,
Easy
right. Yeah. Hopefully you have a better ending to your story than the real Easy E as well.
Yes,
so
you're right.
Just throwing that out there. Yeah.
Cal Monier, we're blessed to be Steeler fans. Hashtag Momentum Mondays.
Let's go.
Then a Fish Momentum kind of parlays off that a little bit and says Art Rooney, Bettis, Franco, and more. Hashtag my story.
You heard the man. It's almost game week, man. Or in terms of regular season style, stuff like that, man. So, yeah, we got you. We coming.
Fish Momentum says Moats, how old is Deke? Hashtag B-Day punches.
Ooh.
That's a thing still?
It can be. You want it to be a thing today? I don't want it to be a thing today, man. No. I like your arm, man.
No,
I don't want to do that today, man. Yeah. Just thinking of that real quick. I don't know if you're aware of the was it like the tortilla slap challenge or whatever. People like taking tortillas, like soft shell tortillas, and smacking each other with it, right? I don't know why, but that's the thing, man. My daughter and my wife came to me the other day talking about hey, Dad, you want to do the tortilla smack challenge? I said, I don't want to play the smack game because just my luck. I'm a swing and it's gonna hit y'all for real, and it's gonna real.
Yeah, that's not good.
Exactly. I was like,
look.
that is not gonna be a good look. Nobody is gonna want to hear that we were doing the tortilla smack challenge. They're just gonna say Arthur Most knocked out his daughter or he knocked out his wife. And so I ain't going for that, man. So yeah. Nope. Just made me think of that we said the birthday punch. I'm like, I keeps my hands in my pocket. All right, I don't want no problems.
I'm with you on that. Fish Momentum says Prague cleared on the 25th.
Oh, let's go, man. No, absolutely, man. We'll definitely keep you on our prayers, man.
Also says, are you ready for some football?
Let's go,
Hashtag
man.
Steelers versus Seahawks.
Bro, I'm hyped, man. It's been cool, man, having like just football back on too, man. Obviously we know what the preseason game was at Jacksonville. I forgot who they were playing the other day.
Did you watch any of it?
I did, but it's because I was on the road.
I think I saw 2 plays.
Yep, I was on the road. So for me, I was like, what was I going to do? I'm not on social media still. So I'm not about to just be up there surfing. I wasn't doing any work, And I was like, I didn't feel like being out and bothered. I was like, I just want to just chill. Man, I put that thing on. It was perfect.
I heard that guy that we played against a couple seasons ago, Luton. Mm-hmm. He played a decent amount in that game.
Yeah. Oh, it was the Raiders. That's what it was. 'Cause I was about to say Josh Jacobs. He was playing a lot too. I did surprised.
See him in the beginning. Yeah, I saw Derek Carr dressed. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. But I was really surprised that Josh Jacobs playing that much, man. Yeah. But that's why people were talking about like him potentially being, a trade candidate or something like that, man. Because it was like, why are you playing Josh like this, man? What's going on here? Yeah.
Fish Momentum says, hey, Artie Burns is with the Seahawks.
Let's go. It's still a reunion, man.
We're gonna see a Pickens versus Artie Burns matchup, maybe.
Hey, I'm going in this thing as low as possible. You know why? Because that's what that just reminded me of when we was like, oh, the Bengals got Eli Apple. We know what this finna look like. And right was that first quarter he gets the pick. I'm just like, nope, no.
Steelers fans would be going crazy for that though.
What?
50-yard bomb.
Oh, no,
someone on
absolutely.
Burns.
No, seriously.
Pickens would, multiply it by a little bit.
I'm with you on that. I just feel like we know how this always plays out for us, though. It's always that Cassius Marsh. He gets, you know what I mean? Like, it's always the other. They never let us have that moment. It's always, Artie Burns with the pick. Artie Burns with a corner blitz sack. It's like, bro, what was this at? Like, what's going on here? So, yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Love Artie. That's my dude, too, man.
It's just a riddle. Says, Rochester, New York, watching before coaching football practice.
Oh, let's go, man. All right.
Let's break 7. Says, happy B-Day, Deke. And then he says, the 304. I just can't even
What's that
say what
say?
he's saying next,
Hail
man,
to Dub V.
It's just blasphemy.
What does that mean, by the way?
I don't know. He made it up.
Oh, I thought
Hail to Pitt.
Oh, I thought it was like almost
WVU
heaven.
doesn't even have their own little saying. They had to try to steal from Pitt.
I thought it's almost heaven, right? Is that a thing?
That's from the song Country Roads.
Oh, how's that song go?
Well, I think there's going to be a little remix of that song on the Backyard Brawls, though.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Might be cooking up a little lyric for that.
Okay. Wait, on that WVU pack, that what you telling us? All right, fair enough then.
We'll have it ready. Let's go, UW. What do you guys make of the take going around about Chris O being a waste of a pick with how few snaps he's getting?
I don't think it's a waste of a pick. I think it's just one of those things where you need to evaluate these first three guys. We knew going in that Chris wasn't going to be in the conversation legitimately to be the starter this season. Just based on where he was drafted at, based on the money that was allocated to the guys, for him to have really put himself in that conversation, he would need to have come out of the gate in rookie minicamp, OTAs, and have shown something then to give him an opportunity to get those reps. Now, just because you're drafted, man, it doesn't always mean that you're going to get reps. It doesn't mean that you deserve reps, because this other guys has been in this league way longer. They've had to fight, scratch, and claw, and they're like, bro, they don't hand us our reps, so you have to earn that. So for Chris, granted, he hasn't had a ton of reps, but he's still getting opportunities. He just has to continue to make the most of those opportunities. And for him also, he has to remember this. As the fourth QB on this roster, now typically this is the fourth preseason game where that will become a thing for him. But he knows of these three preseason games, he is going to get an opportunity in at least one of them, depending on how we see the team operate in terms of who they want out there, who they don't want out there, how long, and things like that. Cool, but Chris is going to get an opportunity at some point in time. And if he does not get an opportunity and he still isn't getting reps in practice, that just means that they're going to stash him on the practice squad. That's the other thing. And the reason why you do it like that is, hey, no team is going to want to pick up a guy from the practice squad that they have not seen play at the NFL level. Steelers have been seeing this dude in practice since rookie minicamp, OTAs, veteran minicamp, now training camp. So they're seeing all they need to see from him. They probably already had conversations with him, or maybe they haven't. Who knows, right? But they're seeing things that all these other teams can't. So if he is not playing in the game, but remember, they drafted him, and we know he is different than all the other three quarterbacks on this roster. That's kind of how you view it. Think of it more that way. Development, stash him on the practice squad, let him just figure this thing out in terms of development, because we don't call him like a poor man's Malik Willis, but we knew when you picked him up, like, yo, all right, he has some things that make him intriguing, but he also has a lot that he has to fine tune and work on to be a starting NFL quarterback. So going in, that had to be a part of that conversation as well in the thought process.
Yeah, I'm with you. There was no expectations of him being a starter at all this year. I don't know if I'd be more surprised if he's actually getting snaps. If that meant taking away from Pickett, Rudolph, and Mr. Trubisky,
then that would mean he would need to have been doing something to warrant that. To me, what Chris have done since like OTAs and minicamp to say, hey, you deserve a snap over Mason Rudolph. You deserve a snap over Mr. Trubisky. You deserve a snap over Kenny Pickett, because that's the reality of it, like you just said. When you give that guy a rep, you're taking a rep away from someone else. So,
and I think we viewed him more of just have him on the roster, stash him on the roster, like you said, have him on practice squad, and see what happens over the next 2 or 3 years. Maybe he could be a long-term backup for us for Pickett whenever Pickett eventually ascends. You know,
he's going to have 2 great weeks because when we play Baltimore. You're the scout team quarterback. You're Lamar Jackson. All right. You know that.
Well, also, too, I mean, Mason's only on a 1-year deal, and Mitch is
it's a pseudo
on
1 year.
Yeah, it's a 1/2 year deal, because the Steelers could cut him after this year, and it wouldn't be that big of a cap hit. Yeah, exactly. So essentially, Pickett's the only one guaranteed on the roster for next year. So
that's it.
That automatically gives Oladokin a spot right there. And backup quarterback, that's not bad money. That's not a bad gig.
Well, we say backup quarterback's the best gig in the league, man.
Seriously, Chase Daniel made a hell of a career.
Just sit behind that dude, hold that clipboard. If you got to go out there for a series, don't turn it over. That's all you got to do, man.
Yeah, I don't think it was a waste of pick, especially being in the 7th round. If you're talking a 4th round pick, that's a different question.
But once again, in the 7th round, and this is what we all remember when we were doing the mock drafts, we would say in the 7th round, it's you could pick who you want to pick, because 90% of these dudes, I'm sure that's not the real statistic, but a lot of those guys don't make the roster. So it's okay. Do you want to go storyline? Do you want to go athlete? Do you want to go the veteran? Do you want to go the big question mark, the character guy, like whatever? That's what you're thinking in that 7th round. So anything that, I mean, honestly, 5th through 7th, that's the reality of it. I hate to throw myself in there because I like to say that the Bills, they just knew that I was going to be this diamond in the rough. And they was like, we got to get this guy. You know what I mean? But in all seriousness, 5th round through the 7th round, these organizations don't expect anything from them. Anything they get is icing on the cake. That's great. But yeah, for Chris, man, he just has to take his time with this thing, man. Whenever he gets an opportunity, just be yourself, man. Be the best you could be.
Fish Momentum says that boy got paid.
Big
He's
facts.
either talking about Tucker or Deontay.
Yeah, both of them got a check, though, huh?
Tucker, I mean, his is
Tucker,
only one
yeah.
more million, but
Yeah, it's still a check. check.
It's Took says, happy B-Day, Deke. Thank you.
Man, I'm so happy for you, man. I'm glad it's your birthday yesterday, man. We celebrate
It's
you
a little
all week,
depressing,
bro.
though. You're just getting
it's
older. It's a little bit of a bummer.
But think about this, man.
Maybe that's what the beauty of life's all about.
Yeah, getting older, that means you're going to get a chance to have new experiences. Have you ever done an Artemis experience with Deke show at 29?
No.
This is a new experience for you, see? Have you ever drank a Bud Light Sosa Black Cherry as a 29-year-old?
I actually haven't.
See? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go because I was about to get nervous. I know your birthday was yesterday. I don't know what you did last night, so I'm going to just leave it alone. But it's a lot of experiences that you're going to get to experience now that you're 29, all right? When I think about 29 was a dope year for me, man. 29 was that 2016 year? That was like 2016 time frame. 2016, 2017. So we was kicking a lot of butt around this time. I'm saying 29, all right, bro.
Live it up before you turn 30? Is that what you're saying?
Man, for me, 29 and since 29, bro, it's been beauty. I've been loving it.
Every year's been getting better.
Come on, bro.
That's what I've heard.
Come
That's
on,
how it should
man.
be, because if it's not that way, what's the point?
I mean, literally, bro. I was
Life
just thinking,
should get better
I was
as it
thinking
goes.
to myself earlier today. I was like, yo, I'm like in this smooth little space right now where all the things are just flowing the way they're supposed to flow, bro. I'm enjoying it, man. Yeah, man. And see, that's what you get to experience, man, when you get older. 29, bro. I'm telling you, man. Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there. Fish Momentum, what do y'all think of the depth chart? Don't we have that as a topic?
Yes. We're going to be talking about that very soon. Very soon. We got a couple more supers, and after that, we will roll into it.
Elijah Boykin says, made it to the stream twice in a row. Hashtag yes, indeed.
Let's go.
Fish Momentum says 9:30, September 30th. Ambition live at Rivers.
Y'all
Come
heard
through.
that, man.
Also says, I'm going to drink a shot of Welch's and cider for Deke.
There it is.
Don't overdo it. Jacob
Don't overdo
Alessio
it.
says, Moats, congrats on the Hall of Fame induction.
Oh, no, salute you, man. Appreciate you. I have, remember I kept
I did
hitting
see
about
that.
the video, and I was like, I'm going to put the video up one of these days. I finally put the video up, and no, man, I appreciate the heck out of everybody, man, that's been commenting, showing all the love and support. Definitely means a lot. Also, I saw another comment. Stan Clear. Man, Stan, I appreciate the heck out you, dude. Love you. Don't worry about the profanity, bro. You're good. You're good, man. He felt a little uncomfortable because he was like, he didn't know that my parents were both pastors when I was growing up. And he was like, I know you don't curse a lot, but he was like, I'm always cursing in the chat, and I just feel bad now knowing that your parents, stuff like that. So he's like, yo, I'm going to try my best not to curse. Stan, you're good. Promise you're good, man. Live your best life, player. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
you're fine, bro.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, I sit next to Deke every day. Don't worry about this, man. Yeah. You don't curse at all, man. Deke? Oh, yeah.
Fish Momentum says, rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah. You know who she is?
I do not. The name
from
looks
Greece.
very familiar.
From Greece. She was the chick in Greece with John Travolta and stuff like that. I think
She was the lead.
Yeah, and she was a pop singer. That's what they call her. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, man, without a doubt, man. Grease was a dope movie now that I think about it, so
Never seen that either.
Don't worry, Deke. I've never watched it all the way through. I've only seen parts of it. So we're not going to trip, but we're going to give her the moment of silence because we do respect the heck out of that movie and her and the culture. All right. So one time for Olivia Newton-John. All righty.
Couple more from Official Momentum.
But
here.
you haven't seen any parts of Grease?
No.
Wow. Yeah.
I told you, there's a lot of classics I have not seen.
I would say, yeah, because
Titanic, never seen that one.
Deke.
Name some
Oh
classics.
gosh, Deke, you've really never seen Titanic.
No.
So when people are like, "I'll never let go," and the band played on, you don't.
I know
any-
you gave that whole
Yeah, bruh.
symbolism, that
Like,
whole
man,
spiel with
oh.
Ben and saying like I was gonna be the band on the ship just playing.
I
off.
just,
I think I was last year. I think I was. It was actually a good analogy.
Jeez, man.
I went down with the ship,
bro.
as I said.
Yeah. The ship definitely sinks, though. That's how it is. Yep. Dang. No Titanic. Okay.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if it was the band's fault. The ship went down.
Well, technically, it wasn't the band's fault.
Who was?
It was not the band's fault. It was not the band's fault.
I'm gonna keep going with your analogy here.
All right, let me hear it.
Who's conducting the ship? They probably should have looked out for some icebergs.
I would
Steelers
agree
organization
with you.
conducting the ship.
Yeah.
Them not bringing Ben back and supporting him with the proper cast.
Yeah.
Was basically like the Steelers organization hitting an iceberg.
I love all of that, but you know what you forgot in this analogy, and it actually will tie back into 7. You know what they said about the Titanic? It was unsinkable. This was the biggest, the baddest, the ship that no one had ever seen before. A phenom, a world, spectacle. When do people talk about Ben with his arm? What'd you call it? A robot arm, best arm ever, best shape of his life.
The arm's still there.
So, but no. But think about it. They said the Titanic couldn't be synced, and they said that Ben had this robot arm was gonna be the best ever. Well, both of those turned out to be false. Both of those things turned out to be destructible. We saw the Titanic sink, and we saw Ben's arm kind of go downhill. So I do agree with you on your analogy, man. Yes, this is all good, bro. We're good, man.
I don't know about that angle on it.
You're not
exactly.
I'm with you. I agree with you 100%, man. You are spot on, bro. They both were like indestructible.
The Steelers organization sank Ben, and actually, I don't know if they actually did because I think he can still play, but
No,
it's just he's not playing anymore. That's the unfortunate
The organization was trusting that Ben was indestructible, the same way that the captain of the Titanic thought that his ship was indestructible, and we saw that both of those things actually happened to be destructible. That's all. That's all, man.
Did I say
we got a couple more, right?
Official Momentum says, "I'm playing with y'all. Salute, Deke."
Oh, that's good, man.
What was he messing with us about?
He's one of them things.
Saying something about ripping shots.
Oh, probably the.
How about this one? Bengals all white week 11 in Pittsburgh. We gotta rock the color rushes.
They going with the cocaine white on us.
We gotta rock the color rushes.
Oh, they trying us. That's like saying we got the homecoming unis on us, man. I don't like that energy, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, definitely come with the color rush thing. What's up,
I think
man?
you have to
come with the color rush. Like, look, y'all want to go all white? We the bad guys today.
Well, they had to pick an away game for the all whites, right?
But why you pick us? Could have picked Baltimore. You could have picked Cleveland. You figured that this is a game that you want to look good in.
Sunday Night Football.
This is a game that you want to stun on. This is a game that you say, hey, all eyes on me. Okay, partner.
We got to rock the color rush.
That's all I'm saying, man. Better match that energy. Match the energy.
All right. Jay Blanche says, had to holler at my boys. About to blast off to Mars. Enjoy some nice glizzies.
Let's go.
Do you think we'll see a throwback helmet for the Bengals on Sunday Night Football?
I hope so.
I want the color rush.
So
if they're going all white, we go all black.
Now, how do you feel like? Because I've been seeing other teams obviously bringing out the new helmets. I think Josh Allen, he came out with the Red Bills helmet.
Wait, they did that?
Yes, he just came out with the OG,
really?
like the one I.
He's rocking a visor too. What do you think of that?
Oh, I love it. You know me, I'm a visor guy. Ben had a visor. I love visor Ben. Come on, man.
Right.
We talk about that all the time, though, man. Yeah, but man, I'm loving the. I want to know, man. Are we gonna come back with one of our OG helmets, man?
Wait, I'm seeing on NBC Sport, Josh Allen tricked Bills fans by
he
debuting red helmet at practice.
He definitely came out in. I was like, yo, that's what
he's
doing.
Right here, is this the picture? Down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They put the red helmet on the red jersey.
With the red jersey too, bro. Because and it was for the fan day up there. Yeah.
The red color rush they used to rock. This was like Shady McCoy era, right? They still wore the white helmets.
Yes,
that
correct.
Was still when the helmet rule was in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should have the yellow helmets though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
thinking,
really do.
man.
I like those yellow helmets.
Mm-hmm.
The weird thing about those yellow helmet jerseys was those are basically the color rush tops.
You did say that, yeah.
But with white pants, and they had some like really unique socks. Yeah, I'd definitely be for it. Why can't we do a bunch of different jersey combos?
Seriously, dude.
I'm with you though. You said this a while ago, saying if you're too focused on what you're wearing week to week and trying to hype up fans,
that's Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh is different.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I don't know if we should be focusing on that
because we went through that phase. Absolutely. Hey, we go kill them with the blue bottoms. We never did the blue bottom.
How about you just win games,
bro? Listen. When we pulled up with the blue bottoms, white top, man, we thought we was doing something. We still lost by like 20, but we thought we was hot. Like, bro, you see that? Hold on. Now we come home, we go ahead with the blue top, blue pants. hit him with the all blue. Oh yeah, that's what we was on. It was way different.
Because we could do a lot of. Where's it sound? As simple as the Steelers jerseys are, we could do a bunch of different combinations here.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Bring back the bumblebees. We have Keller Rush. We could bring back these yellow helmets. You could go the white on white action.
I say we haven't brought out a white pants yet.
White on white. You could go back to those 70s throwbacks with the block numbers.
Shoot, you can even go. I'm thinking with some of the different colorways for the pants and stuff like that. We know like the bumblebees, like they got like that weird colored pants with theirs. Shoot, if you want to go with a white or you want to put a black one out, like you got some options if you want to do some stuff with it, if they wanted to. Because that's kind of how Green Bay's, if I remember correctly, when they do their throwback, they got like that like weird color bottom, but then they'll have this regular color up top in the helmet. So, you know.
Oh, what's funny is they rocked the white on white for their Keller Rush. So if they could do it, we can. And they actually did it with the yellow helmet. So why not bring back the yellow helmets, do a white on white combo maybe?
Come on now.
I could kind of be sick.
Come on.
Let's go. UW says my boy Chad Muma looked good once he got warmed up.
Let's
in
get
the Hall
it.
of Fame game.
Nah, shout out to Chad, man. And I was definitely thinking about you. You know that because you've been preaching Chad for the past. It's been 3 years now. I felt like it was 2 years before, and then we had a senior year, and then obviously now he's finally here. So yeah, it's been about 3 years. Nah, salute you. Let's go, UW. And nah, I do like what I see in Chad though, man. You already know I'm a Chad guy.
Fisher Momentum says, "Damn, I wanted Steelers to play home at Bengals." Fisher Momentum, you lost us on that one.
Yeah, because technically we still gonna play on both. We're gonna play one home and one away with them. Yeah,
that's the one where the Bengals are gonna be wearing the all whites,
and then we go to them. I don't know which one is first though.
We're away. Bengals week 1.
Okay. Doy. This how you know I'm in season mode. I'm only thinking about Saturday. I was like, oh yeah,
week
they
by
play
week.
Seattle this week. That's where
only
folks are right
in,
now.
Week by week.
You see, you saw the shift. I was there. I was like, what? Who we play week 1? Ah, yeah. Probably should have known that.
Fisher Momentum, hail to Pitt. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it
and
is.
here we go.
Here we go.
LFG, hashtag Pitt, and hashtag Steelers. I guess the Fisher Momentum's a Pitt guy too.
Love it.
Q. Watching while I'm trapped at work for 16 hours. 8 hours to go. Damn.
Gosh, that sucks. But don't worry, man. You're going to be making money, and we're going to keep you entertained. We got some time. Not for the full 8 hours, but we got some time.
Let's go, UW. The NFL has asked on-field officials to pay more attention to illegal contact fouls and be more precise with roughing the passer penalties.
Yeah. To me, man, this is another thing for, just trying to help out the offense. The offensive guys need all the help they can get. We know this. Come on, man. Illegal contact. So they want plays that are going to inspire, or not inspire, but incite the automatic first down plays and stuff like that. Obviously, we know what the roughing the passer penalty is, and even how they've been policing it thus far. It's just a process that when you're talking about the fan base as a whole and you're talking about the casual viewers, we know that they are geared towards offensive productivity, touchdowns, big plays, explosive runs, that type of stuff. So the NFL still wants the game to be competitive, but we do know that they have certain rules in place and they emphasize certain things to keep the offense, in the conversation sometimes. So hopefully this will help one of these offenses out. Who knows? Maybe it'll help us out here. But as a whole, as a defender, it's just one of them things where it's like, give me a break. Y'all got all the things already on your side. How many more rules, emphasis do we need to talk about to help out the offenses in this league, man?
Well, that sucks, hearing the way you explain it, because I thought whenever he said more precise with roughing the passer penalties, that would mean they would ease off, because some of these roughing the passer penalties are absolutely egregious.
Are terrible.
Like, be more precise with them.
They're
Call
terrible.
a roughing the passer penalty when it's actually roughing the passer.
They are terrible, bro.
Just when you tackle the quarterback, because that's what they call sometimes.
Not
it's
even
ridiculous.
Tackling. If you hit him and he looks like he was hit too hard, they're
terrible. I'm with you. They've gone too far. I get the whole safety initiatives that they've put in place over these last 10 years, but it's at a point,
the safety,
especially with the quarterback ones, they're a little too far.
But even the safety initiative is only 50%. Because you're only protecting the offensive player. You are creating more injury opportunities for the defender because of how they are being forced to react and put their own bodies in compromising positions. When you think about a defenseless receiver, how a guy can catch the ball here and he drops his head down here, now you're in trouble. Even though you were already aiming down there. even though he could create the contact. I saw that as well when they talked about, guys initiating contact with their helmet. It's like, man, you get on defenders, but how many running backs and receivers do you see with the ball do what when they're about to get hit? Put their head down. So as a defender, you're just kind of stuck. But that's why I don't really, spend a lot of time getting worked up over it now. I just figured that, hey, man, they need to help these offenses out because defenses are, dominant as always. So maybe one of these days.
Fish Momentum. Moats and Deke wrote the hook for your podcast theme. Thank you.
Hey, now.
I had an idea. It's an idea. I mean, we don't have to do it. I'm just going to say the idea.
Go ahead, say it, man.
We could have Fish Momentum. We could have anyone else in the chat throw in hooks that they want to put as our podcast theme, and we judge them.
Judge it
live on air.
Like, yo, I think that was like,
it's just an idea.
We could definitely do that, man. We could definitely do that.
It could be a 1 year deal.
It would
1 year deal, and then it's either we keep the same one on a 2 year deal, or we have new entrants.
If they could beat it,
yeah.
Little open competition. There it is.
Fish Momentum. Deke, come to see Ambition and talk about the band.
All right. You heard what he said there, man.
We'll see, bro. No promises. I was at the Rivers Casino and didn't even see him.
Craziness. All right. We caught up.
It?
I think
we got a few more.
Okay.
Fish Momentum says, I like wearing home jerseys at away games. So he wanted us to wear those black jerseys first game of the season. So, yeah. So he was, all right, I get what he's saying. He was hoping that Cincinnati Bengals were going to rock the all-whites week one.
Home.
So we would have to wear our black jerseys.
Got you.
Yep. Like the Cowboys always wearing their white jerseys at home.
Yeah. Or how, like, when you play in Jacksonville a lot of the times, the road team is always in the dark colors. Jacksonville's always in, like, their light colors. Yeah.
I get it. Do you know why Dallas wears the white at homes?
No, I don't. Yeah.
I don't know either.
I thought it was just because
it could be because of the heat.
Well, they're always in the dome, though. Because I thought that at first, but I was like, because I know the old one in Irvin, the stadium would open and close. But yeah, I don't know. I've actually never looked into that. I'm sure it's something with how clean it looks, though. That beautiful cowboy white with that star just illuminating off of that jersey. I mean, how could you not love what that looks like, Deke? I mean, Sunday 1 o'clock kickoff, that cowboy white and that shiny helmet and that star. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that just get you going, man? Mm-hmm. That don't make you feel good inside. It don't make you feel all warm and fuzzy. Not a little bit, man.
It doesn't.
You don't start thinking about Aikman throwing a bomb to Irvin coming across the middle. Charles Haley over there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't thinking about Dexter Coakley and company on defense. Can't forget prime time. We ain't going. No. Oh, all right. Just check.
No memories with us.
All right. Just check. You never know.
Cal Monier, who's your GOAT? LeBron or Jordan or someone else?
It's one of those two, LeBron or Jordan. I think it's just depending on what day you ask me.
Yeah, those guys are in the top two. There's no debate.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Curry for a second, man.
He's in the top 10. I do think he's in the top 10 right now.
Fair enough.
I forget it. I mean, this was more around when the NBA Finals was happening, but I would have to go through the whole list. But
yeah, you're good.
I definitely think he's in the top 10, and there's good reason for it. I don't think he's necessarily above Kobe. Okay. I think that's the debate a lot of people are trying to make.
Yeah.
I don't think he's necessarily above Kobe yet.
Okay.
Jacob Malesio joined the upper room.
Oh, shout out to Jacob. Jacob Malesio, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And welcome to the family, my friend. Yes.
All right, this is the last one. Farron Bradford says, I read from Pro Football Chase that they are supposed to emphasize
shout out to the homie Chase,
contact.
too, man. Absolutely. That's my dude.
Either way, let them boys hit again. We see basketball finally giving defenders a chance again. I'm trying to see some head hunting. Let's not do the head hunting.
Yeah, we didn't got to go that far. We don't got to go that far. But I'm with you on the physicality and that part of it, yeah.
I'm trying to see head hunting.
Yeah,
he just wants straight violence.
Yeah, we don't need that part. We don't need that. Yeah, but yeah. I'm good on the head hunt. I was about to say, with that. No, we can't go there. We can't go that route. Okay.
That was the last super chat though.
I like it then, man. So
dude, we got another Bud Light Seltzer in there.
Oh, I got you. You ready?
Yeah, I need another one.
All right, let me get you phone.
Yeah, I'm ready for another one. This is good. This is good. We're switching from super chats
there you go.
now to the topics.
What flavor is that? That lemon lime right there?
This is lemon lime.
All right, shout out to lemon lime. I just need you to do me one favor real quick. Are you about to take a sip?
I'm just about to crack it. I don't need to take a sip.
Okay. Because we're gonna pay a bill real quick.
Okay.
It's
we'll put this away.
The season is
actually
here
I'm
now,
taking a
man.
sip real quick.
Get your sip real quick. I'll just warm it up, okay? Because the season is here now, and when the season
I feel like
is
once
here,
you crack a can, you have to take a sip.
I would agree 100%.
No matter how small the sip is, you just have to take it and put it down.
Why you see me ask? I was like, you gonna take a sip, right?
Yeah.
You was over here some. Nah, I'm just gonna
it was
crack
natural,
it.
right?
You was some, nah, I'm just gonna crack
Even
it.
though I said no, I'm not. It's just the natural thing. You crack up a can,
you just
take
took your
sip.
Now I gotta take a sip, man.
Yeah, take a sip. Let's pay these bills.
Mm-hmm. But since the season is here, we do have our sponsorships back on, man. And I do want to salute everybody that's been with us, man, since we first started having these sponsors coming through, man, because they keep coming back because of you guys. You know what I mean? Y'all do such a great job, man, of using these promo codes, man, making sure that y'all getting all the cool stuff, but also showing these companies that y'all rocking with us. So we definitely appreciate y'all, and the more y'all use these promos and stuff like that, man, the more sponsors we'll have coming in here to help us out, man, to help y'all out as well, man. But with that being said, today's show is brought to you by Manscaped. You know the leaders in below the waistline grooming, right? You know them. You know that crew.
Yeah.
Well, Deke, I was thinking to myself, we are in the heart of the summer. We know that football season is here, and ball security, more importantly, is at a premium right now. All right. During this time of year, man, you got to protect your balls. And the best way to do that is with Manscaped. More importantly, the Lawnmower 4.0, the waterproof one with that little light that turns on and off. You know the one we talk about, Deke. I mean, it's things like that, baby. When you talk about going low and slow to make that tree trunk show a little bit more, baby, this is what you need. All right. So don't waste time. You want to check them out. They're here for you. But more importantly, Deke, as we always say, we don't talk about anybody unless we got a promo code.
Yeah.
And that promo code, ladies and gentlemen, is Moats. You use that, you will get 20% off of your purchase along with free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. So stop wasting time, man. Make sure you take care of your delicate twins. And I can assure you that anybody that is, privileged enough to interact with them, they'll appreciate you as well.
Thank you, Manscaped.
Absolutely.
Was Manscaped part of the Deontay contract, maybe?
Low key, man. You notice Deontay came back. Manscaped came back, all right? That's all I'm saying, man. There's no coincidence here, okay? But with that being said, man, let's start this thing off. Quick little training camp update for the culture. Whew. Yeah, it's been a crazy past couple of days like we've been talking about. We were referencing earlier just with the practices being moved a lot, right? First, you have Friday, or not even Friday. I think it was Thursday practice that was altered first. Then from there, you have Friday Night Lights. Thursday practice ended up cutting the last team period out of it. So they never did the full 11 on 11 on Thursday. Friday Night Lights gets rained out, so no practice then. Then from there on Saturday, we talked about how they had to relocate and have the indoor, or not indoor only, but no fans practice over on the south side. Sunday, they were off. And then today, they went back to the high school, Latrobe Memorial High School. Shout out to them for that. But it's been a lot of uncertainty. It's been a lot of just movement with the schedule. And to me, I like it, man. Obviously, you want smooth. You want it to be ideal. You want to be able to say, hey, man, every Monday or every day at 1:55, we're going to come out here and practice. But we've seen that at the NFL, man, between games that get flexed, between the scheduling. We were victims of the COVID rescheduling. Was it 3 times that one year we ended up playing on a Tuesday night? I think it was when we played Baltimore.
It was
Tuesday or Wednesday?
Right. We had the Titans game.
Yeah.
Something happened there.
That was another one. So,
and then, yeah, you're right. It might have, I think it was Wednesday day
it was
game.
Wednesday,
maybe.
right? Yeah, because they moved it like 3 times.
Supposed to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was nuts. But it's like we've seen and we've been directly impacted by schedule changes. And it's something that you can't complain about. You can't come out there and say, hey, man, we're not going to compete, or we lost because this game was flexed from Sunday at 1 o'clock to Sunday at 8:20. That doesn't matter. And I think about my time here in Pittsburgh where we had playoff games moved. You think about that 2016 game against the Kansas City Chiefs. You think about regular season games being flexed. You think about all of the different things that can cause your schedule to be thrown off. You want to see how guys can respond to that. You want to see how guys can react to that. And that's pretty much where the Steelers are at right now. But the guys that can handle this, the guys that can, as a whole, not allow this to dictate their preparation, not allow them to feel that, all right, man, well, this practice was canceled yesterday, the past 2 days, man, I ain't really trying to practice today, or, man, shoot, they moved it again. It don't matter if I go and have a bad day. those guys, man, you can't have that mentality. But the ones that understand that, hey, man, regardless of what's happening, whenever I'm out there, I got to operate with a certain level of professionalism, that varsity moniker that we always hear Coach Tom talk about. Those are the guys you're looking for. Those are the guys that make this team better. And those are the guys that ultimately, when you're trying to win a championship, you need that. So I do like the fact that this has organically been created out of this uncertainty with the weather and stuff they've been dealing with over in Latrobe right now, man.
Yeah, I guess I don't have too much to add to that, but you're right in terms of like building mental toughness. This can't be a bad thing. I just would have been bummed if I was supposed to be going out there on Friday. So I feel bad for the people because that's the one practice, right?
Yeah,
Friday night lights, and that's always a big deal.
So it was,
and they're not gonna redo that, or are they? Are they gonna try to switch that up a little bit later on?
This is what they did. So they went back out there today, but they had it as a regular like 155 practice.
That's whack.
Yeah, but the thing is, this was the first. They haven't been over there in 3 years, so this is supposed to be the first one. But when it got rained out with the thunder and the lightning and stuff like that, that made it 3 years in a row of nothing. So they were basically saying like, hey, we can not come back over there on a Friday night, you know what I mean, in practice, because it's like a big fundraising event as well and stuff like that for the local community. Or they can do a pseudo come over here and host a regular practice. But even with that created issues because everything on the schedule initially said St. Vincent. So you have fans and everybody going over there. So they're trying to redirect them and stuff like that. So it's a lot of that going on. But yeah, man, I felt bad for the people on Friday and Saturday, man. Especially on Saturday, like you driving out there thinking everything's good. Like I said, we were about to leave the house. Like we were getting ready to go. And then it was like, we got the call. So it was like, all right, dope. But I think about the ones that don't get that access and they were actually on that road. And you get out there and it's like, oh, where are they at? They're back. And we can't go see that? Like, dang, that sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I would have even, like, I was thinking about it. Actually, I wasn't thinking about it because I knew I was going out of town for the weekend. But if I wasn't, I would have actually considered going up for that Friday Night Lights one. I've never been up to training camp for that.
Yeah, because Friday Night Lights is definitely a vibe, bro.
Especially with the quarterback.
The energy is crazy, man.
It's different. Like, Friday Night Lights with Ben and Brown and you know what I mean? We know these guys are starting. I feel like actually being up there, it would have felt a lot more competitive because you know you're watching dudes compete for literal spots. Mm-hmm. I thought it would have been cool, but again, feel bad for the people that couldn't make it. Do you want to see some of these updates?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Absolutely,
Daily updates today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because today, like I said, they moved over to the high school, so they were going to be able to do that, which was good because, like I said, it's been a minute since they've been able to do that in the local community. It means a lot to them people out there, man.
This one, as I was scrolling through, is mixed.
Uh-oh.
Little positive,
hold on.
Little negative.
Your friends came back to the chat. You know which ones I'm talking about.
What happened?
You know which ones I'm talking about.
Had nothing to do with it.
Your friends just pulled up.
Don't know anything about it?
Yep. I did leave for a second before we started the show today, huh? And I come back and now we got now your friends back in the chat. Okay.
I was locking in on my Pickett takes.
I'm sure you were. Yep. Just know, everybody in the chat, y'all see what's on the screen, just blame Deke, blame him. It's not me, blame him.
You ready for this one?
Yes,
I'm going to start. This one doesn't have anything to do with today, but I just need to start off with this one. Alex Kozora. I mean, we're loyal to him because he's bringing in some good work. Tweet by tweet, day by day, he's just giving us some good content to go off of. So first he goes, this was 7 hours ago.
They said that these freaky bots pulled up in the chat because they knew it was your birthday. They what? Yo, what? Shout out to Craig Gullis. Said they knew it was your birthday, bro. They try to celebrate with you, Deke. You want to celebrate, Deke?
It ain't my birthday anymore.
I could unblock him if you want it. Do you want it? I don't know if you want it.
No, keep him blocked.
Okay,
I'm focused on my job there.
Okay, all right.
Focused on the Steelers. That's the devil right there.
Let's go, man. It's all good.
What Jesus
it's
say?
all good,
Satan,
bro.
Get behind me.
Freaky Deke, let's go, man.
Freaky bots, get behind me.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Get out of here. We've talked about Kenny Pickett's progression, week 1 to week 2. Here's what that looks like. First week, 13 for 26, 50%, 55 yards. That's pretty brutal, actually. 1 touchdown,
pretty brutal,
2 picks. Second week, though, 71% completion, 170 yards, 3 tutties, no picks.
Yeah.
6.8 yards per completion. Just wanted to throw that out there. Has nothing to do with today, but that's just...
It just sounds good.
I'm just showing you what Pickett's doing.
I'm with it.
You talk about mental toughness. Like, I guess the team as a whole has the mental toughness, but Pickett grinding as a rookie, week 1 to week 2, that's pretty good right there. Alex Kazor says, no. Steelers are signing edge Rondell Moore. We already talked about that.
Go Dukes.
Hold on. Let me get to more today here. All right. Ulysses Gilbert has a boot on his right foot.
Oh, you don't want that UG3? That ain't
Apparently
good.
he was doing pretty good
No,
this
he was.
training camp. All right. Pat Fryermuth and Claypool carrying pads onto the field today. Offense getting healthier.
Love to hear that.
Tyson Alualu in pads. Look like he's off the pop.
Love it. Because they said him and Minka should be back or getting closer to being back in terms of like full participants in practice. So,
I could be wrong. I think
because
Minka was back
on Saturday.
Yeah, wasn't he back late last
Saturday?
week?
Or supposed to be on Saturday. Excuse me.
How about this?
Yeah.
It looks like Tuska definitely found a little niche on the team here.
Thank you.
It's unfortunate. Maybe not, though. Maybe he could be a good long snapper. He says, Derek Tuska working on long snapping today. The more you can do to help the team, the more valuable you are. And he's trying to secure a roster spot. He long snapped in high school, so this makes sense. So he'd probably be better than James Harrison, at least.
All I'm going to say is, Derek Tuska, don't sleep on him. Gennard Avery, don't sleep on him. Okay? And
you're saying they're good backups, though. We don't have to look elsewhere now.
Well, no. I'm saying they're going to get a chance. It was Delonte Scott. I think he's the other one. Those are the three. Like, check them out, man, especially on Saturday. Those would be ones, man, that have been, in terms of putting together a good camp. Put it like that. Those are three guys definitely at the outside linebacker spot, man, that have been turning some heads. Another cat, though, man, that you might want to check out, too, man, the young corner out of USC, Chris Steele. He's the other guy that's been turning some heads as well, man.
Well, we talked about his talent, and he just kind of underperformed at USC.
Yeah.
You never know. Sometimes you're a late bloomer and can be a lot better in the NFL than you are in college.
And think about a Mike Hilton type, right? He was an undrafted guy. You look at the career, he's turned out. You know, there's been plenty of dudes that come in, don't really have a lot of just consistency through college for whatever reason it is. But whenever it finally clicks, it clicks. Vontaze Burfict, another guy. Now we know him not being drafted. Him not being drafted was more off the field stuff.
I know he should have been top 5.
But once again, when you're talking about guys going undrafted, it's like, yo, you can still be undrafted and still have a heck of a career out of this thing, man. So yeah.
Larry Ogunjobi working in team today.
Let's go. I like that. Definitely like that a lot, man.
Gennard Avery made play of session with diving breakup on throw from Rudolph.
Ooh, okay.
About to start backs on backers.
Hey now, little thump. All
right, we got Steelers about to start 7 shots. Chase Claypool also working in team.
I like that. No hold in.
So we're definitely getting healthier.
No hold in. Right. No injuries. We're good to go.
11 personnel had Claypool, Deontay, and Pickens. That's what we like to see.
Bro, tell me that's not scary to look at. How do you match up with that? You got the crazy athlete in Deontay. You got big speed in Chase, and then you got the freak in terms of George Pickens. Oh.
Do we even have to have position descriptions? Because I would like to have Claypool in the slot a decent amount, but we could move these guys probably anywhere, all around the field.
The biggest thing for that element will be George Pickens. How fast does he pick up the multiple positions? Deontay and Chase, they know the offense. They can play X, Y, and Z. So them lining up on the outside, them lining up in the slot, they're not going to be tripping on that. Them lining up as the number 3 receiver, which is the Y position, but not in the core like a tight end, they understand those routes. For George, if he picks it up where he's able to be out there with all 3 and at any given time, it's like, yes, I can line up in the slot and I know this. Yes, coach, I can line up as the Z, I know this. I can line up as the X, I know this. Then, yeah, everything will be fine. We could definitely do it like that. A lot of the reasons when you can't with some of these younger guys is they're not knowing every position like that. You know what I mean? It's not always just, oh, man, he's got here and run this vertical route, run this route. It's like certain things we're going to have certain calls for, certain checks for. He got to know all of that to a level where they all feel comfortable. Because if it's a hot route, right, if it's a blitz coming and he's lined up at the slot, but all he knows is the outside spots, and whoever's at quarterback is expecting him to check this hot because this blitz is coming and he doesn't know that, well, now you got this quarterback's getting killed. You know what I mean? So it's like that type of stuff.
Won't hurt just having Pickens on the outside anyway.
No, absolutely not.
All right, how about this one? Buddy Johnson making plays in 1v1 coverage drills. Ooh, 2 breakups early in a drill, heavily slanted to the offense.
I like that. Yeah, whenever you're talking about the 1v1s for pass catching, that's an offensive drill. When you talk about backs on backers, that's a defensive drill. When you hear them talk about, for the outside linebackers, the 6 technique, grab grass, where it's just one-on-one blocking, that's an offensive drill. So, Yeah, man, that's actually good to hear that Buddy was having some success. The dude that was frying dudes, absolutely filet mignon on everybody, was Anthony McFarland last week.
Uh-oh.
Yes, this was Thursday before everything finally got shut down. Yes, bruh. Put on a mixtape. It was filthy. Yeah, he was just doing everybody in.
Locked to make the team?
I ain't go there just yet now. I like it, man. This is this time of year. Everybody just put your feet to the fire every time. Is he a sleeper? Overrated? Underrated? Locked to make the team? Pro Bowl.
Well, we got Jalen Warren showing up,
I'm like, jeez, we going there with it? Like, it's going to be interesting. I also,
McFarland felt like an afterthought just last week with the Warren talk.
But this is the thing, man. This is why training camp is so cool, though, because it's day to day. Certain days, this guy might look amazing. The problem with Jalen was this. We talked about Jalen was out on Wednesday or Monday.
It was earlier in the week.
It was earlier in the week. The problem was he started having drops and fumbles. That was the issue with Jalen. Yes.
Man. He started reading the headlines.
Yep, exactly. So when you talk about these guys and when you ask me, hey, is he a lock to make the team? And I'm always like, I ain't going there just yet. I think he has a chance. I don't. It's because of stuff like that. Like Jalen, up until Wednesday,
you would have said, yeah.
He was on the money. He was looking phenomenal. The guys that I have out there were like, yo, no, this dude, he's definitely one of them ones. Then you're like, bro, what's going on here? He dropping passes, he's fumbling. He's like, yo, that will hurt you. But once again, it's day to day. So if he turns it on today, tomorrow, has a nice performance on Saturday, it's a totally different conversation. But you can't put that ball on the ground. Because that's the one thing for Coach Tom that he's like, nah, we don't play with that. Because that's how you get beat. It means too much to turn this ball over, especially from the running back perspective. Interceptions, they happen. Some of the stuff is fluky. A drop, a tip, whatever. But you can't put that ball on the ground once it's in your hands. And that's the thing for Coach T that he does not go for. So that's one of the things for Jalen where he's going to have to improve in that area.
Mark Robinson, great rep. Same drill as Buddy Johnson. Drove and broke on underneath throw to Master Teague.
Oh, let's
broke
get
it up. Robinson lacks long speed, but good in short area quickness. RB traits carrying over. Robinson looks like a good zone/hook player.
Well, that sounds about right from what we looked at with Robinson coming out of college. Definitely thought that he could be a downhill thumper, but I liked him definitely a lot more in the zone, reading routes, just being able to see the quarterback break. Robert Spillane type. I think he's more athletic than Robert, but in terms of him being a man-to-man cover guy at this level, to me, I think he's going to have to, it's going to take some time because it's not always just about being fast. You got to just understand routes, the dynamics of that.
That's something Vince developed as time went on, at least.
Right. It takes time, but you can pick it up. You can learn that. But yeah, I think it'd be good though, man.
We're hearing good things about him.
I like Mark though, man. Mark's been straight.
The whole inside linebacker room, outside of this, the whole room's going to be interesting.
Marcus Allen, another one too, bro.
Because I was going to say,
like, another one.
We have a competition at the top with Bush and Spillane right now. But then also, there's 3, 4, 5 guys that are competing
Buddy
for
Johnson,
an extra
Mark
1 or 2
Robinson.
spots.
You talk about Marcus Allen in that conversation, like those 3 dudes right there. We know Spillane and D. Bush. We'll talk about that when we get to the depth chart in a second. But it's like it's a lot going on that interior linebacker spot, man.
Larry Ogunjobi making presence known in run sessions. Stopped McFarland after a 1-yard run. Just got off the block, made the tackle. Next step. Welcome back, Larry O.
Let's get it.
He's been running second team nickel today. Wormley Hayward first team. Ogunjobi Adams second team. Loudermilk Liao third team. Ogunjobi now with the first team nickel.
Time out. Just think about what you just said right there. You said was that Isaiah Loudermilk and
Liao
in the third team.
I wouldn't mind running them out there first team every once in a while.
But that's what we talk about the
young
depth.
athletic.
You know what I mean? We talk about the depth idea. It's like, yo, that's crazy too, bro. Yeah,
exactly. Minka Fitzpatrick not working in live tackle sessions, but in team drills now.
Pads, though. Yeah,
Ogunjobi did some work with the first team nickel though, as practice went on. It looks like.
Yeah.
So what? Him and Cam.
Mm-hmm. Now I like that, man.
Could be a lethal unit.
Yeah, when you're talking about pass rush ability, Larry definitely can get. He gives you that 100%. He'll give you that, man. But I'm liking the fact that they're bringing him along the way that they are. It's a lot easier when you come back from injury in terms of playing in nickel because it's like passing downs. It's kind of like a third edge rusher. Hey, you only come in on third downs, you know what to expect. It's a lot easier on your body. So for Larry, I do like that if that's kind of what they're hinting to right now. And obviously we'll know more as these preseason games start to happen and stuff like that. But I do like that though, man, because Larry definitely
run nickel
he
how much
there.
Anyway, right?
Oh yeah, we in nickel.
50% at least.
60 probably. I mean, depending on who you playing, yeah.
Yeah, because then you have Watt and Highsmith rushing off the edge.
Yep.
Quarterback talk. Mitch Trubisky goes 0 for 4 this team session. Calvin Austin dropped the final pass on the deep end cut, though. Kenny Pickett driving the ball to the sideline this session. 10-plus yard completions.
There we go.
Calvin Austin and Tyler Vaughns.
There we go. I like it.
Kenny Pickett stalked up.
I like
Trubisky stalked down, unfortunately. Steelers with another live tackle session. Benny Snell, a great 16-yard run. Stiff arming through a defender. Mateo Durant showing power and running hard, but he needs to buckle that chin strap. Helmet coming off twice today. A little shaken up. All right, how many more we got? We got a few more here.
I like that, though. Let's go.
So here's where the news starts getting a little bit bad. Actually, this is one more before the news starts getting bad. Now, when you said it gets bad,
who's it getting bad for?
You'll hear.
Okay.
Slot corner getting busier with Carl Joseph seeing snaps there again.
Oh.
But team still getting rookie Carlin Platel snaps. Yeah, same time at outside cornerback today.
I was saying Patel, remember he had the interception early on in training camp as well. Was that on?
It was on Pickett.
I didn't know if it was him or Trubisky. Yeah, so he had one earlier. Yep.
Here's where it gets bad. Highsmith has wrap around his waist. His day is done.
Around his waist. All right, so let's see. Waist is back, core muscles, hip flexors. All right. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like.
That's not good news.
I don't like that news at all, especially when you're talking about the third outside linebacker, and we're hoping that one of those guys can emerge.
You were talking highly about Tuska, though.
No. But put like I said in the sense of
10 tackles for 10 sacks for Tuska.
No. In all seriousness, though, I think that he's in the conversation for it. I think the front runner of that next tier is Gennard Avery, though.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
we haven't heard his name too much.
Yeah, but trust me on this. Like, Gennard, he's advanced. He looks like he belongs out there. He has a natural ability to rush. He has a natural toughness about him and edgy. I told you, like, he's still like a sawed-off dude. Like, he's jacked, though. You know what I mean? Like, he got that compact little squatty build to him. Like I said, like Debo-like. Not Debo, but Debo-like. You know what I mean? So, to me, I think that he's the one that I like as the front runner for that third spot. But what I am saying is that Scott and Tuska, I do think that both of those guys, though, to a certain extent, have done some things. Delonte Scott is who I'm referring to for those who didn't know, but I do think that they've done some stuff as well that's going to make it just interesting to see when the preseason games start to happen. All right, you can look good in practice, and that's fine. But if you go out here in this game and you don't get a sack, and Delonte Scott or Derek Tuska goes out and get 2 sacks and get 2 TFLs, I don't care as much about what you're doing in practice because they did it under the lights. So is that type of stuff for them where I'm like, they still are close enough. And it's not a knock on any. I just think that all three have been playing well. That's the thing. It's like they're all doing good. But Derek should be doing good. This is what, his third year here now?
I thought second because didn't we sign him?
We signed him.
Oh, man. What happened?
We signed him.
No, we cut Jameer Jones and then we signed him. And then he played literally in that Bengals game right after we signed him. I was like, what are we doing here?
I thought, it could have been last year. No.
If I had to bet money,
no, it was last year because last year was Ben's last season. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And it was like, man.
But he came in how to play. And he had to chase down, we were talking about Ingram, or I think it was somebody we were talking about. It was like, yo, this guy's like chilling right here, and you see Tuska like sprint. But that might have been, that was the other one. Never mind. That was 5-5. Yeah.
I just remember in that Bengals game being really ticked off. And this was also my reason for optimism going forward at that point in the season. Like, we could turn this around, still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because we had Tuska starting, and we literally just picked him off the street. I don't know if he started, but he played a lot of snaps that he probably shouldn't have. Because TJ was hurt, and I think...
Yeah, because this is his third year in the league.
Was Highsmith hurt too? We only had either Ingram or Highsmith out there.
Yeah, so he was in Denver in 2020. He came to us in 2021. Played 15 games, though. Yeah. 2 sacks. Forced fumble.
Do I need
he gonna
to
be in that conversation,
take it easy on him? Maybe I'm too hard on him.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Well, let's see what he does in the preseason because last year I was very right, I think, on my assessment of Marsh. Whenever we talked about Marsh, is he gonna make the team? But I was like, he ain't doing anything out there.
Still had a sack in a game
against us in the regular season.
That's all I'm
he didn't do anything with the Steelers in preseason,
or
in the regular season, really.
Marsh done some stuff, man.
So let's see what Tuska does in preseason.
That's all.
He's learning how to long snap a little bit. In case our long snapper goes down, he won't fly it over the punter's head.
Christian, man. Christian been doing his thing as the long snapper, man. I got Christian the homie. All right, we ain't getting rid of Christian just yet.
In case he goes down, though, you never know.
If he goes down, yes. But Christian, you keep doing your thing, man.
All right, I think this is kind of like the last one in terms of the play. Goal line drill. Snell first carry. Minkah Fitzpatrick meets him in the hole. Pushes Pyle back for a stop. Minkah taking his Wheaties.
Savage. And he ain't even in pads like that. Let's go. Savage.
Here's where the news gets devastating, though. Offensive guard Kevin Dawson getting right foot looked at by the trainer. Shoe now off. He put his shoe back on and was on his feet to end the day. All right, that's pretty good.
Okay.
That didn't work in the final team period. Kendrick Green getting first and second team reps.
Yeah, that's the part of training camp that does suck. When you in a competition and your guy get hurt, you like, bruh, wait a minute now. I didn't sign up for you to get hurt, okay? I want my reps, not both of our reps. Yeah, I feel for you, Kendrick. But, no, man, hopefully it isn't anything too significant for Dotson. Obviously, he's in a competition, and we feel like when he's healthy, he's one of our better offensive linemen, so you definitely want to see him come back. Good that he put the cleat back on, but, it's one of them things, man. We'll have to just wait and find out from the team, and when they give us information, it's still weird right now. They don't have to do a ton of updates and a ton of reports about what's going on, serious, doubtful, and all that, so we're kind of all in the dark with that thing, but, I do like the fact for Kendrick Green on the alternative is, if you want to show that you belong in this league, that you should be a starting offensive lineman, well, you're going to get opportunity now. You're going to have a lot more reps, and you're going to be able to do this without them being able to look back at Dotson, depending on how long he's out. Because it could be that he just doesn't play on Saturday. Cool. But regardless of that, for Kendrick Green, regardless of how long Dotson is out, you take this as an opportunity to put out their hot tape. It's a great feeling when you're putting out great play after great play, and they over there looking at you, and it's like, well, you ain't got no tape right now. We ain't got no rebuttal from you. It's not he did this. Can he respond? It's just me putting dope after dope after dope after dope. And sometimes when you talk about competitions, that's what you need. Just enough to build you some lead, get you some headway. Or in Kendrick's case, being able to close that ground. Those are the things that become available to you when a guy goes down. So hopefully, like I said, it's not too serious for Dotson, but on the alternative for Kendrick, man, understand what this scenario is, man. You take this thing as a blessing and you go ahead and make the most of it.
The two things that are in Green's favor, let's not say competition, let's just say playing guard versus what he did last year, because that's his more natural position.
Correct.
That's one thing. But also, I mean, his movement, his athleticism that we talked about, and this Canada offense. I mean, you were out there seeing some of these Canada plays. Like, there's a lot more movement, some side-to-side stuff, right?
He's a guy that can play in space. That was one of the things that he did do well last year. We would see him get downfield. We would talk about how, like, man, this dude's really running. He's getting after it. Like, that is what he brings to the table. That's one of his assets. So, yeah, him as the guard, when you're talking about pulling right and left, yeah, he should be really good in that capacity in terms of getting out there. Now, we'll have to see what the point of contact looks like, but that's a different conversation. But in terms of his pulling ability, to me, you're not going to find a better offensive lineman that we have right now that can move laterally like how he can move. We're not talking about the finished product of the block and moving people, but just the movement laterally, north and south. Yeah, Kendrick does do that, man.
Yeah. Is there anyone else we want to check out on Twitter? In terms of like just going through the threads? No, that was it right now, man. Shout out to Alex Kazor for that. Yeah, because like I said, with the Steelers, definitely shout out to Alex, man. Like I said, how do I put it? My main my corporate media people, they hate it, as I told you. But I'm one of the ones I dibble and dabble on both sides of the fence, baby. So Alex, salute you. They tell you stop looking at his Twitter?
No, it's bro, they heavy-handed. We'll be on air and they be over here, hey, I ain't going off them doing them fake Twitter people. If you want a fake Twitter report, that's cool. But when this practice is closed, y'all know where y'all gotta come. It's like, y'all can hear this guy, or y'all can come in here and listen to these players interview that we talk to every single day. Like, that's the energy. And it's like multiple hosts, multiple stations. That's the energy, bro.
They pulling a Trump.
Yeah,
and don't listen to these fake reporters.
They'll get pissed at times because, like we talk, because I'll just pull back the curtain, right? So when you talk about access, so as like official team media, or even as a credential media, certain things that you cannot talk about while practice is going on. I've told you about that. It's like, I know certain things, but I gotta wait until the team says it, or I have to wait until a player says it publicly. Well, that's a part of being credentialed. But the benefit is we get access to players. We get access to like I said, OTAs, mini camp. When training camp isn't open to the public, we're there. So it's like, all right, you see the pros and the cons of that. You're there with the players every single day. You have a relationship. You know these dudes firsthand, basis, interviews, all that, right? But the con during training camp is I can't talk about what's happening in the moment. I gotta wait. Well, for Alex and for others that aren't credentialed, they don't have that rule where they can't talk about what's happening live. Hence the reason why everything is play by play broken down like that. Fans, we love it, right? Twitter, man, they pull it up. But for the other guys who are like, yo, I'm credentialed and I can't do this, they still the Thunder doing training camp. But I'm like, bro, give them training camp. Y'all kill the regular season anyways because y'all get all the player interviews every week. Y'all get to say you was at practice every day. Like, they don't get that. So it's like, yo, give them their space. You get your space. But it's like that monopoly feeling. Like, no, we can't give them anything. And I'm like, bro, it's enough for us all to play here, man. Hey, you get a pass, I get a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's spread the wealth a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
That's all I'm saying, man. Or should we change it?
Us? What do you mean?
Should we
for us?
You know what I'm saying? Should we, hit them with are we corporate or are we grassroots? How we want to do it? You know?
I feel like we just don't even have to worry about it.
We are in our
We're the
own
Orthodox
lane.
Experience with Deke podcast.
We're our own
we do
lane.
what we want.
Come on, we're our own lane, bro. We drink Bud Light seltzers over here, man. We do what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Super chats.
Let's get it. And then after that, man, we'll go to the next topic.
John Biondio has joined the upper room.
Oh, shout out to John. How'd you say his last name? Say that again.
John Biondio.
John Biondio. Is that 2 L's or 1 L? I feel like that's 2 L's right there.
I think
right?
it is. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So it's definitely yo. Yeah, John.
Dillo, it might be Dillo. I don't know.
See, I think it was
Biondello.
Spanish. Is it Dillo or a Dio? I'm gonna just say John B, or John Biondio. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And welcome to the family. We greatly appreciate you. Absolutely.
Derek
man.
Nelson. Happy late birthday to Deke. My daughter's is on the 30th. Side note, you might not like this one. My St. Louis Cardinals was the first National League team to sweep the Yankees in 15 years. Fourth time since the league started.
Yeah. It happens. It's all right. The Yankees was just having a little rough spell, man. We had a 4-game losing streak in there and everything, bro. It was going through a little phase. We'll be all right. We'll get out of it.
Yeah, but didn't they build up such a big lead?
Yep. So we ain't
You just
tripping.
need to make the playoffs
Absolutely.
for baseball.
Absolutely.
Really.
Get to the dance. We all right.
Come on here. Start 2, cut 2. Steeler careers. Jeez. Cody Sensible.
Steeler careers?
I mean, whenever you're bringing up the name Cody Sensible, it's like, damn, what are we doing here? Yeah. Artie Burns.
Oh, I got my answer.
Ross Cockrell, Antoine Blake. Damn.
Cockrell's
on there.
I'm going Ross and Blake. Those my 2. I'm going Ross and Blake. And for those that say, why Blake?
Didn't Sensible have, I mean, his career wasn't as long as the others, I think. But didn't he have a little.
Because he said just Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Bad when he played, right?
The only reason I say my man Blake,
I think faint memory of it.
I think it was AJ Green. We're playing the Cincinnati Bengals. AJ catches a nice little pass across the field, 20, 30 yards downfield, and he strips him. We get the ball back. We end up scoring, man. So got to shout out my dog Antoine or Valentino, whichever one he'd like to be referred to. And then definitely my man Ross, Super Bowl champ, a.k.a. from a Buffalo Bill as well. You know, dude, all of my teammates too, man. Cody was nice too. I like Cody, man. Cody was straight. Yeah.
He wasn't here long, but I feel like he didn't play bad when he was in, right? I don't remember him getting torched. Maybe that's my main thing.
To me, I think all 3 of these, or actually all 4 of these dudes, well, I don't want to put Artie in there because Artie, the expectation was different because he was the first rounder. But
yeah, like Artie's rookie year is probably better than all of them, actually.
Right. But my thing is this. I think that Cody, Ross, and Antoine were all forced to play cornerback 2 or at times cornerback 1 roles. And that's not what they are designed for. That's not the caliber of players that they are. They're more, if they're your 3rd or your 4th corner, I think we're referring to these guys drastically different. Imagine if when we had Mike Hilton, we're like, yo, Mike, we need you to play on the outside and we need you to play 90% of the snaps out there. We would be looking at Mike Hilton a lot differently. When we think about Cam Sutton early in his career, we say, hey, we need you to play on the outside 90% of the time. We're like, whoa, this isn't what we signed up for. I just think with some of these dudes, it was kind of that. Now, Artie, it's unfortunate that you was the first round pick because to me, I'm like, I saw the first year, but then after that, it's like, yo, I think you in your own head, but you don't get that luxury because you're first rounder. So we know that, you know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is. But the other 3 dudes, I'm like, man, I don't feel like we should have had them in the positions that they were in. But based on injury or based on who was available to us on our roster at that time, we didn't really have a lot of choice. but we made it work.
I'll say Cockrell and Sensible very tentatively. Official momentum.
He said very tentatively.
Yeah, I have a vague memory of Sensible not being that bad. That's why I'm saying
Cody was straight, man.
I feel like Blake got burned a little too many times.
He was out there on that island too many times. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm like, yo, y'all was playing.
I just have too many bad memories of Blake and Burns.
Look, you keep playing. You notice even with Ducey, Will Gay, it was like, yo, we felt like at certain times, like, yo, y'all playing him too much out here now. This not what he do. He's here. When he's the third dude, he's nice, that third guy. Elite as the fourth guy. You can get away with it for a little while as the two. Y'all started talking about, hey, you match up with it. No. Y'all gonna mess us up now. So, yeah.
Fish momentum. Who will keep their roster spots? Hashtag, are you in or out? Do you have your final 53-man roster projections? Remember we talked about that?
Drop your 53. Yeah, right now. I haven't got my 53 just yet. We got to wait a little bit. I got to see him in the game, man. Yeah, I got to see him in the game.
I think that's pretty fair.
I start seeing him in the game. I think that changes a lot for us, man.
Okay. That was official momentum. Jacob Malesio says, I just want to genuinely spread peace and prayers.
No, man, we appreciate that, man. And we're all with you on top of that, man. Without a doubt.
And that's it.
All right. Let's go to the next thing then, man. Ton of peace and love, man, from the heart, baby.
What's the next topic?
All right. Steele's depth chart.
Oh, wow.
Get a little reaction. I think we had a slash or two. You know, I'm down for the slash gang.
There were some surprises, I thought.
It absolutely was. Yes, sir. So you want to start on the offensive side, or you want to start on the defensive side? Player, make it light on yourself.
Oh, yeah. How do we want to do this? Do we just want to list the starters? Because we could go position by position and rattle off like the second, third, and fourth.
How you want to do it?
I say, well, do you have it pulled up?
Yeah,
you have it pulled up. I say we go starters, and then maybe we go back and forth and say, what are your surprises? And then for the surprises, we could dig deeper into those positions.
Sound like a plan to me, man.
That's not bad.
Let's do it.
All right, quarterback.
Oh, you starting at quarterback? I thought you was going to start at the top list where say wide receiver and then left tackle.
You know, everyone wants to hear about the quarterback.
Who says I don't want to hear about the quarterback. I want to hear about the linebackers.
All right, we'll start linebacker.
Thank you.
Inside linebacker. Left inside linebacker. No. Right inside linebacker.
Jeez Louise, man.
Miles Jack. Locked in. Left inside linebacker. Devin Bush / Robert Spillane. Outside linebackers, obvious. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith. Defensive line, obvious as well. Ogunjobi, Alualu, Cam Hayward.
Okay.
Safeties, obvious. Minka, Terrell Edmonds.
Mm-hmm.
To note, you have Trey Norwood and KZ right behind both of them.
Very true.
Cornerbacks is where it gets interesting to me. Left cornerback, Levi Wallace / Akella Witherspoon.
Who's the right corner there?
Right corner, Cam Sutton.
Say no more.
Nickelback, Arthur Millette. Behind right cornerback, Cam Sutton is Pierre and Justin Lane. Pierre's second. Justin Lane's third. Mm-hmm. Chris Steele is behind Levi Wallace and Witherspoon on that left side. I think that's all for defense. Do we want to go over the middle linebacker?
Because you hit on the nickel, correct?
Yeah. I don't think there's anything to crazy note of the middle linebacker. You know what I mean? Who's behind the starters. All right, offense. Mitch Trubisky at quarterback. Receivers. We got 3 of them starting. Claypool, Pickens, and Deontay. Starting running back, Najee Harris. Pat Freiermuth, starting tight end. Offensive line, right tackle, Chooks. Right guard, James Daniels. Center, Mason Cole. Left tackle, Dan Moore.
Left guard.
Competition. Kevin Dawson. Kevin Dawson is above Kendrick Green. But Kendrick Green is also listed in that first spot as well.
He definitely is. He definitely is, man.
And actually, there's no one in the second and third team either. They on an island for that left guard spot. I think that's it. In terms of just like listing the starters and getting the main depth chart out there.
All right, so let's start with the quarterbacks, man. How do you feel about that depth chart as it currently is listed, man?
No surprise. That's what it's been since OTAs, and all these reports are coming out that it's Mitch's job to lose. I think he has been underwhelming based off these reports, and he's kind of stalked down as of late. Well, I can't say as of late. I mean, he had a decent day, but overall, the whole training camp, I'd say stalked down.
Correct.
Compared to whenever we started camp and our expectations for Trubisky heading into it. That's really, I mean, it's been the same. I mean, they're not going to just give Pickett the starting spot or even just the number 2 spot, probably before even seeing any of these preseason games. He's been improving, and apparently Mason's been the best in training camp. But you don't see the reflection on the depth chart because we still have a lot of camp left, and we still got preseason games to go. I don't know. Are they going to change it like a week-by-week basis? Are they going to change it after 2 weeks? Is it going to be at the end of all this? Well, obviously, it will be at the end of all this whenever week 1 hits.
Yeah, at the end, they'll definitely do some changes, but we could easily see some changes, going into week 2, depending on how the game goes, or even going into that final preseason game as well. Also, you could see the change happen where it's not on the depth chart, but when we find out during the game,
Mason plays with
and
the
it's
ones.
like, yo, he's with the ones. Absolutely, it could definitely be that case as well, man. So it's one of those. As long as we tune it in, man, we'll definitely peep it and catch up on it. And there's plenty of eyes on every position out there, so they ain't gonna pull a fast one on us. We'll catch them.
Receivers?
Let's do it, man.
Claypool, Pickens, Deontay. I'm
Shout
good with that.
Pickens too, man. He didn't carve that thing up, huh?
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a great
3
receiver core that we're gonna start, hopefully, barring any injuries or anything. Knock on wood.
Now, how you feel about Calvin Austin, though?
I was gonna say that was the big shock to me.
Bottom of this thing.
They got him. I think if you do
Anthony
the math,
Miller and Gunnar Olszewski,
he's like 10th overall.
Miles Boykin, Steven Sims, Cody White. Yeah.
Not a big fan of that.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that, just because in the sense that he is unique in what he brings to the table. That speed, none of these other dudes. We got fast receivers, but nobody's doing what he's doing in terms of that speed and just his unique skill set. We also know what he brings to the table as a return man as well. Slightly, when I look at the list, though, at the same time, I say, okay, Anthony Miller, Miles Boykin, they are guys who've done this at the NFL level before.
Apparently, they haven't been having bad camps either.
No, they haven't, without a doubt. Cody White, he's been on this team before. Gunnar Olszewski, he's been in the league before, and he's an all-pro return man, so we know it's a certain thing that comes with that. Then I'm looking at who Calvin is either equal to or in front of: Tyler Snead, Javon McKinley, and Tyler Vaughn. I just think that they went that approach of, I don't want to say experience, but it just seems
give the vets a nod.
Right, give them the nod on paper early on. Now, if Calvin goes out here on Saturday and does something special, don't be alarmed or don't be surprised when this thing changes drastically. But I just think the initial report with
we're not going to cut him.
Nah,
There's no way.
I just think the initial report with this is just these older guys, these guys that are a little bit more proven, you put them on paper first. But this is in pencil. That's the one thing that Coach Tomlin always says to us during training camp when these depth charts come out. Honestly, I didn't even care about these depth charts. People hit you up, oh, man, you're starting again. I'm like, bro, I am in a battle for my life. This dude they just drafted, 6'4", 260, run 4.5, baby. I ain't starting nothing right now. We still working. But that's, the vibe of the players. For the fans, you see this and you're like, yo, let me post a pic. Like, yo, this is dope. My guy's out here. But I just think for Calvin, he has to understand, man, regardless of what he sees up here, this is all in pencil, man.
It's got to be Tomlin playing mind games with Calvin Austin, seeing how he responds.
To an extent, I'm
with
sure it
Pickens,
is.
Tomlin can't play mind games with him.
I think he already knows.
Pickens is in Penn, actually.
Yeah, I think he knows. He's like, oh, no, this dude might be the best receiver, period. Yes, we're not playing that game. He might be the guy, okay? Yeah.
No, you can't do that because Pickens will play mind games back to Tomlin, maybe.
Hey, you better believe it.
I guess the big point of conversation on this offense is the left guard battle.
Absolutely, man.
Kevin Dawson and Kendrick Green.
Yeah, they're really trying to hit home that this is a competition that nothing is going to be handed out to Kevin Dotson. And I think, to an extent, I do like that based on how we saw everything play out last year. Remember last year, the reports of, Dotson being in the doghouse, questioning with the not the momentum, but the motivation and things like that. What was that going to look like? Was he complacent? Was it too much praise for him? Well, this year is very different in terms of that approach. It wasn't a lot of high expectations. It wasn't a lot of people talking about him and putting him on a pedestal. This year, even from the team's perspective, they're taking the approach of, no, you got to prove it. And I want you to prove it each and every day. So I do like that. I do think that that's going to only be beneficial for both of those guys, for Dotson and for Green. But as we talked about earlier, with Dotson obviously going out of practice earlier today with the injury, we need my man Kendrick Green to make the most of this, man. Make the most of it. Now, your physical condition, that's going to be another part that's going to be on display. Jaylen Warren, part of the reason why he was still, being viewed and talked about in a positive manner was because he was getting a lot more reps when Najee wasn't out there and some of the injuries, but his physical conditioning was awesome. So he was able to play at a high level while taking on all those reps. For Kendrick Green, I'm hoping that his cardio is where it needs to be because it's nothing worse than
pounds.
Yeah, I'm hoping it worked out because it's nothing worse than you get this opportunity. You've been crying about it, or not crying, but you've been wanting this. You've been waiting on it. You get it, and you're not prepared for it. Can't have that. So for him, hopefully, man, he's in enough shape that he'll be able to take on this extra reps for as long as that goes. We'll see what the extent with Dawson is later on. But yeah, for my man Kendrick Green, man, we'll see how it goes out for him, man. But I'm excited for him because every player, man, I feel like deserves that opportunity. Like, you're gonna have moments where everything goes right for you, and that's fine. But when you have something bad on your tape, I just feel like, yo, give the guys a chance to go out there and correct it. We know how it ended for Kendrick Green, but now you got a chance. Go out there and correct it, man.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a feel-good story to him if he could pull this off.
Absolutely.
The only problem is he's going up against Steeler fan favorite Kevin Dawson. So I would be in Kendrick Green's corner in this one, but I'm sorry you're going up against Mr. 69. It's Dawson's position, please. You're just in the way.
Good depth, though. Give us good depth.
Yeah, actually 100%.
Yeah, he
but
gives
like,
depth.
I'm not shocked that this is the case based off all these training camp reports. I was more shocked going into training camp when they said there's actually a competition at left guard between Dawson and Green. Like, if you would have told us that heading into the offseason, like, let's say back in February or March or, like, whenever the season ended, it's like, what?
Yeah, we didn't look like they was
Kevin
crazy.
Dawson actually played good last year whenever he was healthy. He was just banged up all the time. And you're telling me that dude at center that we eventually had to, like...
Time out. Why you got to call him that dude? Like, come on, man. Jeez.
Kendrick Green at center.
Yeah, come on, man.
We eventually had to pseudo-bench him, say he was injured, and put in Hassenauer late in the season. You're saying he's going to be the starting left guard over Kevin Dawson? I could never see that. But apparently he's not doing bad, and I guess it is like a legit competition going on.
Well, and,
I'm not thrilled about it. It feels like disrespect to Dawson, but hey. They've been trying to knock the man down for how long, but he just keeps winning.
I don't know if it's necessarily them trying to knock him down and some of it being self-inflicted by him. But
there's the reports. I guess we don't know it's accurate, but you're right. There's this whole thing that they keep on trying to motivate.
And
Dawson.
I told you when I talked to him this offseason, and he hit me with it, and I was like, yo, so what did you do like when you would get done with a game, or how would you get your body right? And he's like, I would just go to sleep. And when he told me that, I'm like, oh, that's the first issue. Like, you're playing one of the most physically demanding positions in all of football. You can't just get done with a game or a practice and just go lay down. Like, you got to get massages. You got to regular massages. Let me clarify that, please. Yes, not the funny massages, the professional massages. I have a masseuse that I could recommend. Just one masseuse, okay? I don't got all that. I'd have had my lady for 7 years now. All right, just throwing the thing on out there, okay? But with that though, it's like, yeah, man, you got to take care of your body. So when you talk about him dealing with some of the injuries, or even his play at certain times as the season will progress, not being where we would want it to be across the board consistently week in and week out, a lot of that does go back to that. I'm sure for the coaching staff when they're watching him practice, Wednesday, Thursday, after a game, if you're not getting your body taken care of, man, Wednesday and Thursday looks horrendous. You feel like you can't walk. So it's like, man, the fact that my man was just going to sleep and he's still playing 90 to 100% of these snaps on offense, that was the first problem right there. So it's good to hear that he at least corrected that. So from there, man, we just got to see if he can continue going forward, man.
Last one on offense for me, at least. Connor Hayward is the third tight end over Kevin Rader and Jace Sternberger. Jace Sternberger's been having, you've been talking highly about him, right?
Jace has definitely been having a camp, man. I think the Connor over Jace is more. I think that with Connor, he's just a little bit more intriguing. They're doing certain things with him from a passing perspective, also doing things with him blocking wise, and he just to me, I think he's a better athlete as well. With Jace is still going to be playing well, but I think Jace still has to develop. I think he still has to improve, especially like when you're talking about the blocking element and things like that. I think that, and then just the consistency every play, every day. You can have flashes, and he's had that, right? You see the touchdown in 7-shot, touchdown in the red zone. Like, he's been doing some of that, but it's just like you need more consistency. And I think that's going to be the big thing with him, with Kevin Radar, even with Connor Hayward. This is just on paper right now. But for him, he's going to have to show that he can not just make plays in practice, but he can take that from practice to the actual game. And that's going to be a whole nother element to it when you talk about going into that stadium. For some players, that's going to be their first time ever in an NFL stadium. I tell you my story. Washington, they were the Redskins during that time, but that was like my first preseason game. Was my first time in an NFL stadium on game day. I had been at the Colts stadium for the combine, but it was the combine. It was empty. It was football players and scouts. That was it. Did not feel like anything special. But you talk about me pulling up to that Washington stadium 3 hours before kickoff, and it's my first time ever in an NFL stadium, ever at a just football period at this level. Man, you're thinking about everything. I'm taking selfies. I'm warming up. I almost hurt myself in warm-ups. I was so hyped, bro. Like, that's what you deal with. So for him and for these younger guys that have never played in this league, they're going to have that opportunity. They're going to have to see, can they handle that? So that's going to be another part for them. It's going to be interesting come Saturday, man.
Speaking of brothers on the team, Derek Watt, starting fullback. No one around him.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. When you said brothers on the team, I said, Deke, I don't know what type of brothers you're referring to. Deke, don't make it awkward, man.
No, but I mean, having Connor Hayward like
dope.
Officially slotted as
crazy.
a tight end, that makes you think they're both making it. Because we were having that conversation heading into it. Like, all right, who's getting cut? Because we thought Connor Hayward was going to be more like fullback.
Correct, yeah.
Have you seen him doing that type of stuff, though?
Well, this is the thing,
because it seems like he's playing more tight end.
He has been. Those reports have been accurate. I will just go back to saying
it doesn't look
though.
like he's got the size for tight end.
But
that's the interesting thing.
But this is what I would go back to saying is this, though, man. When they're using him as a tight end, think of like how they used Will Johnson here as a tight end.
Yeah.
You remember Will, right? Will wasn't Zach Gentry. He wasn't Matt Spaeth. He was built a little bit more like a smaller David Johnson. So he was a little bit more agile, could move a little bit better. They would have him as a fullback and as a tight end, sometimes point of the attack. But he was the motion guy. He was because I played against him first when I was in Buffalo, and we looked at him on tape and said, that's the action guy. If he's motioning over here, that ball's following him. If he's coming over here, that ball's following him. If he's running a route, they're not throwing it to him. Like, that was just kind of like how we would think of it, because we knew, okay, Heath is this tight end.
Connor could actually catch, though, a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Absolutely. So it's like, it's certain things. So to me, I look at what they're doing with Connor as the same way how they played Will. Like that. He'll have him at fullback. He'll line up as the wing. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be doing that type of stuff. And I think that he's more than capable of that. I just think that for Derek is more of a traditional fullback. You're not doing a lot of that type of movement, route running and stuff like that. Even though, I mean, like I said, last year in camp, he did do some things where he was catching the ball. I just don't think that that's where, he makes his money. That's not his game. Where I think Connor's just a little bit more rangier from the athletic perspective that he could do that. But also when you talk about Derek Watt as a blocker, Derek Watt is more advanced as an NFL fullback blocker than Connor Hayward is right now. So that's the side for Connor where he's going to have to improve and stuff like that. So both of them bring certain things to the table. I just think for Connor, he's just really intriguing because of you can essentially address multiple spots with one player. Whereas with Derek, you're looking at him saying, you're just this. With Connor, it's like you could be this, and maybe some of that. So.
It'd be a great over-under. Derek Watt snaps per game.
Oh.
What would you set it at? 3?
I'm giving him respect.
You take the average. You take the average of all of his snaps throughout the season.
I think he was getting like 5 a game, maybe. Not counting special teams.
Not counting special teams. I
think he was getting about 5 snaps total.
So you'd have it at, let's just say the line's at 5. Would you say over or under?
I'll take the under. Yeah.
Without Ben at quarterback though this year.
I'm taking.
Do you think it changes?
I think I'm taking the under still, bro.
Makes the team though.
I think he does. Yeah, I do.
Damn it.
Yeah, I do think he's gonna make it, bro. But we'll see, man.
Do it for TJ. That's fine.
If Connor comes out here or do it the other way, piss TJ off, cut his brother, and talk greasy about him while you do it. So TJ is pissed, and we saw how that worked out last time when TJ was pissed, bro.
I don't know if that motivates him in a good way though. That might make him sad.
No, he'll be pissed.
I feel like TJ getting snubbed, like the Madden ratings.
He'll say,
definitely motivates TJ.
No, he was gonna say, and I took this personally. Y'all didn't respect y'all thought Cam was a better big brother than me, or y'all thought Cam was a better brother, so y'all chose Cam over me. Y'all kept Connor here instead of my brother. Okay, say no more. I'm gonna go out here and beat the heck out of everybody I see, and make every time I get a sack, I'm pointing to you, Coach T. And I'm holding up Derek's number. Yep.
Is that how Edmonds is feeling? Maybe?
That's what I think, bro. Absolutely.
Ooh, they got rid of Trey. Edmonds' career year. All right, defense. Unless you had anyone else on offense.
No, you know the two we go into on defense. So which one you want to start with, corner or linebacker? Huh? Which one you want to go with first?
The cornerback, Levi Wallace and Akella Witherspoon, supposedly competing for this left cornerback spot, is absolutely mind-boggling. I think it's a joke. It has to be.
I personally think that it is as well. You also have to remember that Levi hasn't been out there every single day either. He's been dealing. They haven't actually said what it was. It's not COVID, but they said he was dealing with some type of like. They don't
illness,
but they haven't like elaborated what it was. So we don't know, but we know he's been missing time. So a part of it is that. Yeah, but we know, man, when Levi is back and he's fully healthy and he's out there, and he should be coming back out there this week. He might have been out there today. I'm not sure. I got to look. But once he's back out there and Akelo's back out there, I think everything settles itself, and both of those guys will be out there right and left. I also think that part of that was to pay respect to Cam Sutton, because he did start at outside corner for how many games last year for us, and he wasn't bad out there. Like, we thought that he was good. We just thought that, you know, he was going to be a little bit capped just on his physical traits. But
yeah, you saw in some of the bigger offensive games, like whenever we played the Chiefs, just some things like, man, he's getting toasted. Yeah,
so it's like certain matchups he's going to struggle with, but as a whole, man, you win with Cam Sutton. You need Cam Sutton on your team, and you need them in your top threes. And he's one of them dudes, man, that I just think that Coach T, they trying to make sure that he still feels respected, but I think big picture, they know that it's going to end up being Akelo, Levi, and Cam bumping into that inside.
Yeah, you could read this one of two ways.
But Cam has been balling out in camp, though. Don't get it twisted.
That's what I've heard, too.
Cam has been having a camp. It's just money-wise,
contract year for him.
Yeah. But it's just one of them things. It's just very hard when these two dudes are getting 4 a year for them not to have them guys out there with that starting unit. It's not crazy money, but...
Wait, isn't Cam around 4 a year?
No, I thought he did 2 for 9. I thought he was just...
That's what I mean. So, like, Cam's getting paid the same.
Right, though. Hold on, man. Let's check it out. Let's pull it up.
If I had to bet, I think it was.
Pull it up. I think he's a little bit less this year, man. Pull it up.
Oh, you think it is a weird, like, cap type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
So how we...
But yeah, just spot rack.
How we going off this, though? Like, his average per year, or just what his cap hit
go
this
to
year?
spot rack. No, the cap hit. No, we're talking about just like what he's going to get paid this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 2 years, $9 million?
Yeah, it's 2 for 9.
Wow.
So see how we're structured. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, average salary 4.5.
Yeah. Okay.
This year, it looked like they did some voided year type of stuff with him. Cap hit 5.2.
Okay. What's his base?
Base 4.5.
Okay, well, yeah.
Wow.
Excuse me then. I did not know that. Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was stretching a little bit differently last year, man. But shout out then. So he's
actually getting paid more than Akelo and Levi Wallace.
Yeah, I did not know that. Yeah. I thought he was slightly under them, man.
Witherspoon and Wallace weren't technically con deals, but I mean, it just goes to show how good our front office has been this offseason.
Cow,
I
man.
think.
Holy cow.
Because there's no way in how you could have told me that Cam Sutton deserves to get paid more than Levi Wallace and Akelo Witherspoon.
There's no way. Cam was going to be around 3. I thought he was at 3.35 this year. I did not know. Yeah, that's... Shoot, shout out to my dog Cam, man. I'm going to hit you up, bro. Come on, man. Dinner's on you, player. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you can take this one of two ways. I mean, because you can still read it as like Levi, Akelo, and Cam Sutton are still the top 3.
They're definitely the top 3, yeah.
You could read it that way, or you could read it as whoever loses the Levi Akelo battle is the backup, and then it becomes Levi, Cam Sutton on the outside, or whoever wins the left cornerback on the outside, plus Cam Sutton, and then Arthur Millette in the nickel. Yeah. I don't think it's that way. I don't it's got to be a joke. The top 3 are Levi Wallace, Akelo, Cam Sutton. You can't tell me otherwise.
I would agree with you on that, bro.
I have to see it to believe.
I'm not buying into that at all. Yeah.
Arthur Millette as the backup slot, though, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about our 4th and 5th corners being like Pierre and Lane.
Yep.
I like that.
I would agree.
We have pretty nice depth at corner, and I
would definitely agree.
Our top guys at corner as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like the unit as a whole.
Yeah.
That was shocking to me, though.
How you feel about Spillane and D. Bush, though?
Spillane at Bush.
Little slash action.
Both listed as first team left inside linebacker. Obviously, it goes back to there's no more seltzers.
Hold on, I got one left. Hey now.
Nice.
You know, cracker. Which is mango?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Gotta think. Yeah, with this Bush Spillane scenario, I think it goes back to what I was saying about left guard. Like, if you would have told me man, there's a legitimate shot. Spillane could start over Devin Bush across Miles Jack. You would have told me that like 2 or 3 months ago.
Craziness.
Yeah, because we drafted Devin Bush, top 10. His last year was coming off the knee injury, so we can give him a little bit of an excuse there. And you just thought, all right, we're going to give this dude every opportunity to be successful, especially now that we brought in a guy that's better than Bush. And now Bush can just kind of do whatever. We talked about this with Garvin, though. Apparently, Miles Jack's more the rover guy. It's going to be Devin Bush or Spillane having the green dot.
Right. And TG and we both kind of talked about what TG and he said. We all kind of agree that Spillane, or at least me and TG were talking about it. That Spillane does give you a little bit more security when you're talking about being the communicator, the vocal green dot guy versus a Devin Bush. Even though we feel like athletically, Devin is a better athlete, is a potentially better player, but that's the dynamic of it. So if they're not going to make that switch of putting that on Miles Jack, well, now you have to take into account which one do you want? Do you want the steady communicator who's always going to have this defense on the same page? Or do you want the guy that gives you more upside, but we could potentially be over here, you playing one thing on this side of the field, we playing something totally different over here because of lack of communication.
Unless they're just bringing Miles Jack along slowly.
That could be the case as well.
Which is what I would hope. Now, dude, all right, I'm going to get into some technical things here. I want to see if I'm right or wrong on this. I want to hear this.
Yeah.
If Spillane is the guy across Miles Jack and he's the green dot guy,
okay,
are they going to be playing more cover one then? If it is man, just to have him in that like middle zone as opposed to like playing man on the running back or like tight end or anything like that.
You're referring to Spillane specifically, what we have him doing? Yeah, if you're having Spillane and Miles Jack, Spillane is going to be your running back guy, or he's going to be your blitzer. It would be like the preseason last year, but you would try to.
I don't like him on a running back though.
No, I get you on that, but this is the issue with it. It's a gift and a curse, right? The RB LB matchup, you're playing chicken. You want to see, can I blitz to keep this dude in? Because if he has to block now, it's backs on backers, right? Who is backs on backers slanted towards? Robert's playing the linebackers. If it goes 1v1 pass catching, who's that slanted towards? That offensive guy, that running back. So Coach T, Terrell Austin, Brian Flores to an extent, like they would just have to figure out how to protect Spillane in those situations. Because you can get away with it, just by certain calls. Hey, man, we'll mix it up. We'll run a pressure, but we'll play zone coverage behind it. We'll run cover 3 behind it. We'll go fire zone coverage. So, all right, he's man, but he still has some help. Okay, he can switch routes. He'll still have somebody to kind of protect him a little bit. But the other times are, all right, we're going to need you to blitz, and the way you have to do it, you need to make your disguise look like you are coming. To where that running back feels like he doesn't have an option. He has to stay in. Because if you could do that, you'll be fine. Vince Williams, it was plenty of times where Vince was in coverage, but his disguise made it look like he was blitzing, and that running back had to stay in. And that's what Vince wanted. That was his wheelhouse. But if that running back sees you playing with it or you not really committed, and he's like, oh, I'm going to just fast release. Now you don't get that luxury. Now you got to go chase this dude and try to win and try to go have a foot race. That's not Spillane's game. So his pre-snap becomes more critical, becomes more impactful for him to protect him. Now, if it's a matchup that he feels good about, or he's like, let me play the down and distance. All right, it's 3rd and 3, or it's 3rd and 5, or 3rd and 5 and less. We can call cover 1 because the routes that I'm going to get are going to be shorter. They're going to be going sideline anyways. But I also know, man, they're not going to have a 5 wide set. They're not going to have, or not a 5. They're not going to have a long, drawn-out pass play on 3rd and 5. It's going to be a little bit different, right? All right, so you can call certain calls then. It's going to be other times where it's maybe backed up, 2nd and long. It's like, all right, man, hey, we'll need to protect Spillane right here. Leave him in the zone. Leave him in the zone right here. All right, it's 3rd down again. Dude, man, it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. They really about to air this thing out. We don't like Spillane on this matchup.
He shouldn't be on the field, maybe.
So you got 2 options. We can call a design blitz where we're sending him and you play whatever coverage behind it, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to play, you could do that. Or you do packages, right? Marcus Allen or whoever we think is our coverage guy. If it's a Damani Casey, whoever we want to bring in there as that dime linebacker.
Yeah.
Hey, you come in here and you play the coverage. That's the other alternative. So you can still make it work. But you just got to be really smart with it, and you need Spillane to be a smart player and him to understand the significance of his pre-snap disguises. But as long as he does that, you can still get away with it. And some coaches would rather it be that way, and they know that, hey, we're going to always be on the same page call-wise, than the alternative of, hey, I'm not worried about Devin matching up with this running back, but is Devin going to get this check? Is Devin going to communicate this to this front? Is he going to get that part? Like, that's some of the questions that you'd have to ask.
And I feel like at least Spillane brings you some positive to the run stopping. And I'd prefer, as much as I say I don't want Spillane matched up on a running back in the passing, I'd probably prefer that, though, as opposed to a tight end.
Yeah, tight ends is running way more vertical routes, man. They can kill you, absolutely.
Because, and then there's only a certain amount of running backs that are actually like really good route runners too.
The thing though, in terms of why the running back could hurt you is the missed tackle
to the house,
and everybody's got their back turned because you're in man-to-man coverage. When in zone coverage, you can get away with a missed tackle because all eyes are looking forward. We can see that. Bro, the worst feeling is when I'm in coverage with you. You've taken me on God knows what route on the other side of the field. He threw a little check down. This dude missed the tackle. And now I'm 30 yards downfield and I got to turn around and try to go over here. And we all trying to converge on that ball. Like, that's a bad feeling, you know? And that's what you have to worry about when you're talking about Spillane with the running back and coverage. Yes, the route itself, the route tree for the running back is nothing crazy. You go into the flat, you got ins, you got an out, you got to stop. You got the little arrow route where they
little Texas route.
Yeah, you call it Texas, we call it the arrow V, right here, and then coming right back. That's it. Cool. Or they'll go empty. He's gonna line up at the number one receiver route. He's either running vertical, or he's gonna run a stop, or he's gonna run an in. It ain't much that they could do. Most time they're gonna line up out there and they just gonna motion him back out there. They just want to see if you can line up on it. That's it. So as long as you're smart enough to know that and you understand how to pre-snap, make it look a certain way, you'll be fine. But if you're not, then they gonna expose you. And we know in the NFL they will expose you with the quickness. So yeah.
How serious is this competition, you think?
It's spillane's No, it's definitely serious. Spillane's been doing his thing, man. Devin hasn't been playing bad. It's just Devin has been having splash. That's the difference. Spillane's had more splash in camp. Devin hasn't had the splash. Both have been playing good in terms of just the regular consistency stuff. But when one has interceptions, forced fumbles, PBUs, and the other, you're not getting a lot of that, it just feels different, you know? Because it's like Devin is still doing his job. He's aligned where he's supposed to be. He's fitting the right holes, but it's just you need to see something. You need to see plays being made. And that's for him where, all right, today is a day. Tomorrow's another day. Every single day that you're out there, go make a play. That's what you have. That has to be your mindset for Devin. And when you get to these preseason games, he's going to be a guy that's going to get to play in these, or he should at least. You got to make plays, bro. You have to make plays out there. But that's the difference right now in terms of how I view Devin and Spillane. Both are playing well. It's just Spillane has had more splash.
Wow. It's interesting because Spillane didn't even have that good of a year last year. Particularly in the preseason. It kind of left a bad taste in your mouth.
Well, because it was what we were just talking about. And the thing is, in terms of what I was breaking down to you just then, was if I'm the coordinator and I'm trying to design ways to protect Spillane. In the preseason, they don't do that.
True.
So that's why last year when we talked about, man, why Spillane looking so bad? It's like, because they're not trying to protect him. They're essentially saying, hey, bro, we're playing cover one. I don't care who's over there. And Spillane don't have a scouting report. He don't know which running back he's going to see. He doesn't know what calls they want to run because you just don't do that in the preseason. Preseason, it's designed for athletes. You want to be an athlete during the preseason because you don't know who you're going to be matched up with.
That's why they say good preseason players,
dude.
Bad preseason player. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, like it's legit. Like, yeah, you'll get out there and you're like, bro, I've never heard this. I've never seen him. I don't know what to expect. Oh, he's 4'4". What? Like, why? How I draw this short stick today, bro? This sucks. Like, that happens. Yeah. And you just got to figure out a way now. For certain players, for me, I knew, okay, if I didn't have it athletically, I was going to outthink you. And that's kind of how you bridge that gap. So for Spillane, he's going to have another one of these opportunities with another matchup. Hopefully it's in his favor, but more than likely it won't be. It just, bro, certain people.
It's not going to play well to the crowd.
When I said it's not in his favor, I'm speaking like how I talk about myself. We're good athletes. We're not great athletes. We're not Bud Dupree's and Ryan Shazier's.
Spillane got that 88 speed in Madden, though.
No, I was in the 80s too. Don't get it twisted now. Don't get it twisted. But in the sense of, we don't expect him to come into a matchup with a running back or a tight end and be like, yo, I'm a better athlete than this guy. Like, it's not, I can count on my hands me feeling like that in a game. Like, oh,
he knows
this
what he's
tight
in
end,
for.
boy, he's a wash. It's a wrap. Oh, this running back. Oh, hey, coach, don't even look this way. It's locked. Hey, welcome to Moats Island. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it ain't often I felt like that. So it was, let's start thinking down and distance. What's this guy split? Who's in the vicinity? What's the coverage? Where's the weakness? Where's my help? That was how to be the process. But that's how you could overcome those situations. So for Spillane, that's what he's going to have to really focus in on during this preseason time frame, because he's going to get some matchups where it's not going to be favorable for him just from an athletic perspective. But if he can understand call, he can understand what the weaknesses and strengths of it is. He understands the pieces around him. He'll be fine. He's smart enough that he can process that. And that's why I'm bringing it up for him. You don't hear me talk a lot like that for Devin in the sense of, oh, you need to know this. Is like, yo, Devin, this is what you're supposed to do, man. Just hit your gap, bro. Be physical. But for Spillane, he's a little bit more advanced in that capacity. Like, he can process all of those things prior to and still be able to be effective out there.
Percentages of starter week 1 as we sit right now. I feel like Devin's got the upper hand. I mean, they have him listed ahead of Spillane on this.
Put it like this. Devin's still in the driver's seat. Terrell Austin even confirmed it. I think it was like a week ago when he was essentially saying, yes, Spillane has been rotating in. Yes, we're loving what Spillane is doing, but the depth chart still is Miles Jack and Devin Bush as our starting linebackers. He was clear and definitive when he said that. So, yes, Devin is still in that driver's seat. I just think that the further this thing progresses and the longer he keeps that door open, that's when you set yourself up for anything happening. You know, the longer you allow Robert Spillane to make plays in practice, he go out there in these preseason games, start making plays, it's going to be a lot harder for them to make a decision when they're saying, all right, I mean, yes, Devin was our 10th overall pick, but he wasn't as productive during this time frame.
Yeah, you got to throw that out the window.
Spillane has been balling. How many years removed is that now? I got to go with this guy. That's what it goes to, right? And that's for Devin what he has to be careful with. Like I said, he's not playing bad, but the longer you keep that door open because you're allowing this young guy to make plays, or not young guy, but you're allowing another guy to make plays and you're not, that's how the switcheroo happens, man. So
yeah, it feels like it's more. I mean, obviously, Spillane probably has a shot at this. Mm-hmm. As you said, you think it's really legit, this competition. Yeah. But it's got to be more for Devin Bush. Like, bro, how do you respond to this competition? Because everything up to this point has been given to him.
Yeah. But even with that, like, to me, it's crazy because I've seen the other way of how they handle competitions where it's not this much leniency, it's not this much we're gonna give you benefit of the doubt, the benefit of the doubt. I've seen it where
so you should, like, if we're going in tomorrow,
that's
it
what I
should
was
be
saying.
Spillane.
Yeah, but because of how they view him and everything that they've done throughout his career for him, I do think that is part of the reason why they continue to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I mean, for him, man, I'm glad that he gets the opportunity. I just hope that he makes the most of it.
100%.
You know what I mean? That's the part for me.
We're all rooting for it because if you have Devin Bush at his full potential and Miles Jack, that could be lethal.
That's my thing. It's like, man, you're too good of a player to not be playing to that level.
We saw it his rookie year. It's just a bummer the whole knee injury thing happened, but can we get back to that at least? Yeah. I mean, because we still need better than that. Mm-hmm. But even back to his rookie year, just in this fourth season, if he could get to that kind of play,
he would be fine.
That'd be good. Because I thought he played pretty good his rookie year. There was obviously some growing pains, but
he was a rookie, and that's understandable. He was a rookie, but the consistency, man, he has to start making a little bit more splash, man. That's the thing.
Anything else on defense?
No, that was.
I really don't think so.
That was what I was good with right there, man.
Cornerbacks, inside linebackers, defensive line as is, Ogunjobi, Alualu, Hayward. And then you have Loudermilk, Adams, Wormley.
How you feel about the homie Mondu all the way at the end of the depth chart, bro? That's crazy. They tried my dog like that, man. Come on, bro.
Well,
Henry made plays for us. Don't you get it twisted, man.
The second team's Loudermilk, Adams, Wormley. The third team is Davis, Costin, and Liao. I mean, that's a decent third team. And people are talking highly about Davis in camp, too.
Yeah.
And people actually are saying Costin ain't that bad either.
I know.
And obviously, Liao, I mean, I wouldn't even mind him getting some snaps throughout the season.
I know.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Because I like Mondu, too.
I do, too, man.
It was a good interview.
Yeah. Play offense and defense for us, man. Game changer.
Yeah. Inside linebacker, Ulysses Gilbert. He's listed as the second team after Bush and Spillane.
Yep.
Marcus Allen, though, on second team over Buddy Johnson and Mark Robinson. Is that the sleeper TG's talking about?
Well, hey now. See some similarities in the game and stuff like that.
Wow.
Former safeties and everything. But no, man, Marcus has been doing all right, bro. Marcus has been having one. But this is also good to see from Marcus because this is, 3 years now of him locking into that LB position. We saw when they first transitioned 2 years ago, and he had the opportunity to play in Buffalo. And we were like, man, we like some of it, but at the same time, we knew with certain physical elements that he just didn't have then. Obviously, last season, man, we thought that he did a better job of changing his body. Just come back looking fuller, looking like a LB. Now you're talking about that third year at that position. He's starting to get more comfortable, and you're starting to see that athletic ability and just, his comfort level at that position, man, really starting to show, man. So I'm definitely liking that, man. But once again, for him, games matter because he's a veteran now. He's going to be able to practice to a certain level. Games matter, though. But the one thing that Marcus has in his pocket that a lot of these other guys don't have is he is the personal protector on punt. So as long as you're the personal protector on punt, that pretty much guarantees you a job here, man. Because you got to have your personal protector on punt. That's like the quarterback of your punt team, man.
Miles Killebrew.
Come on, man. Fine. Absolutely. There's certain players, bro. Derek White, he's been around for a while. Benny Snell. There's certain ones like, you're not just beating them at running back or receiver or whatever position they play. You're beating them out on special teams. Mark sounds a core 4 guy, bro. And he gets tackles. Yeah.
That was nice going over the depth chart. We got super chats?
Or let's do supers and then we'll go to the next topic.
All right, cool. Oh, man, let me know if I'm off on this one. So we got a lot of chats coming in. Kyle Monier talking about Joe Hayden. Am I off?
Oh, all right. I got 2 in front of you.
All right.
No, actually, no, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Yep, you're good. Yep.
He says, bring back Joe Hayden for the Super Bowl run.
Hey, man.
I like our cornerback room. We're good.
Would you like it more with Joe there, though?
Someone got hurt, yeah.
Okay.
Does it work for Joe being the 4th guy?
You say does it work?
Yeah. Because I want Cam, Levi, and Akella being the top 3 guys.
Fair enough.
At this point in their careers.
Yeah. No, I mean, because the youth element of it, but I mean, it's funny you said that because at this point in their careers, you want to just roll with them, right? You want to open that door for those guys. They might say that about the quarterback room as well. Just think about your guy 7, man, in terms of why they would have also wanted to move on from him to open the door for some of the younger dudes, man.
That's different.
Mason, man, just Kenny bringing him in here, man.
Different.
Come on, I was just
2 Super Bowls for the city. Come on, that's different. Just
say it. You know what I'm saying? Just open the door, man.
I don't know if there's 3 guys in the league that can make that pass that he made last year to Frymouth against the Vikings. I don't know if there's 3 guys still.
I think that's fine. That's cool.
I watched that play again. He almost got sacked as he was throwing it too. It was literally snapped 2 seconds almost.
What about some of the other plays where it was like, it's a lot of guys that could make those throws?
Nothing's really coming to mind right now.
All good.
I'm sorry.
Hey, look, your birthday was just yesterday. It's all good, man. Been for president. I'm with you, bro. We ain't tripping.
I remember the Ravens' final drive for us to get in the playoff.
I remember the victory lap at against the Browns. I remember the victory lap.
I remember too. I got snubbed. I got snubbed on the handshake.
Yeah, that hurt. I hurt for you. Yes.
I was out there too. Remember,
bro.
I was on TV. I was on ESPN.
You was going so hard for him, bro. Yeah, and he just passed you by.
I got snubbed. Fish momentum. Boy, this team is going to be something special. He feels it too.
Man, it's got the makings of it without a doubt, man.
It's all
definitely
in the quarterback.
Has the makings of it.
It really is.
Yeah.
I think we're a playoff team. We need the quarterback to step up. I need a guy late in the game. Can you pull through for us? Do something special. Do we have that in Mitch? Do we have it in Mason? Do we have it in Pickett? I feel like Pickett, he just reinvigorated the Pitt program. That's in him. He just needs to get familiar with the playbook and stuff. How fast are the Steelers going to bring him along? That might be a next year thing for Pickett, but
oh my gosh,
I'm good with bringing him along this year. It's just, hey, I know we operate.
It's going to be interesting, so I can't wait. I'm about 2 weeks away. I'm going to get back on this social media, right? But the last time I was up there, it was a guy that I used to work with, or I still do work with him. But
name dropping him.
He has a love affair for Kenny Pickett.
Philippani.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be interested to see how this plays out. Who's gonna have the bigger love affair for my man Kenny? Is it you or is it Pody? Because both of y'all are selling me something over
I'm just supporting the team, dude.
I
just want the guy that's gonna help the team.
7, you be like, I'm supporting the team, but it doesn't seem like it's just supporting the team. That's what I'm saying. It seems like you put these guys like, yo, that's your guy.
No, I'm good with Mason. I'm good with whoever starts. I just want them to do good.
But he's your guy, though. We all got a guy.
We went to Pitt. We both went to Pitt. Just Pitt guys trying to represent for the city. That's all.
There's nothing wrong with that. You heard how I started out talking about Rondell Carter. He went to JMU.
Yeah.
You want us to win in Pittsburgh again? You got to keep a JMU guy on the roster. We know this. All right. So I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Yeah.
I'm not against Mitch or Mason. Trust me, I'm not.
I'm not against TJ or Alex starting over Rondell. I'm not against it.
That's good. That's good to hear. It's good to know.
Yeah. But if one were to go down and Rondell would be out there, I would be very excited about that. Yes.
Oh wow.
What's the JMU connection?
Man, come on, dude.
What you ain't say you don't feel that way about Kenny? If Kenny were to get an opportunity out there, you would feel excited, right? Same difference. I'm a modern brothers.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
If Mason was lighting it up though, and on offensive player of the year trajectory, I'd be a little bummed. Because Mason's having a good season, and I know TJ's gonna have a good season.
But that was last year. That was last year. We talked about this year.
You're saying there's no guarantees with TJ.
Who knows that Rondell doesn't come in and have a defensive player of the year type of season? That's all I'm saying. We don't know this. All right.
Fair.
He played at JMU, so that counts for something.
Fair. I think that's a big philosophical thing. We don't know. We don't know anything.
Man. We don't know what the future may hold. We don't know.
Jacob Alessio says RD will be top 5. Titty Mitch.
That's my guy.
I guess he's got Mitch as his guy.
Okay.
Cal Monier, Mason's career QBR. Wait, this isn't QBR. This has to be QB rating. 80.9. Mitch's career QBR, 87.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what that means. He's just giving us some perspective, though.
Yeah.
Giving us some stats.
I mean, it's like that sometimes. And then they say, I think Mitch has a better winning percentage than Deshaun Watson, too, man.
He does, yeah.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
He does, yeah. Cameron Sensenning. Austin Sealing, question mark. Short, but he cold. PR/4 or better. What's that mean?
Punt returner and wide receiver 4. Or does he have a ceiling that could be better?
Yeah, that's probably it. I don't think he can get better than wide receiver 4 this year.
Yeah, without something like catastrophic happening.
Punt
like
returner
injuries.
if Olszewski goes down. That's probably it.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. He can have impact still.
Yeah, no, he should definitely have impact with the speed that he plays with. I'll just be interested to see how it translates in these preseason games. Dude, I went back and I was watching the Hall of Fame game from the one I played in when we had Dree Archer. And I just wanted to see, I was like, yo, Dree actually has some moments where you see the speed. And I remember us having that conversation of, all right, we know he's a fast player, but he's a small player. Is he a dude that's going to be able to play at that speed that we're seeing in practice in games? And it just didn't show up consistently enough. So that's the only thing with Calvin where I want to see now. All right, we know what it looks like in practice, but in practice, you've also been protected. Now, he did take a shot early on in camp. He got up, was like, yo, it felt good. I'm not tripping on it. It is what it is. But I just want to see when you put these pads on in a game, are you still going to be flashing the way that you flash in practice?
Right.
Because not everybody does that, especially these smaller guys. So that'd be the only thing I want to see with him. But, yeah, because that's just for this year.
He should be all right. It looked like he flashed some toughness in college, I thought.
Yeah. So I'm hoping he should be good, though, man.
Official momentum. This is Bush's comeback tour finale. Prayers up.
All right. I'm with it.
Does that contradict itself a little bit?
It did a little bit. The comeback tour and the finale. I was like, wait a minute. All right. It's like I'm back, but I'm leaving again. All right. Either way, I'm with it, though. I'm with it.
He also says, boy, I'm excited for what's in store. # Brian Flores.
No, seriously, man. Absolutely.
Official momentum, 17-0 Super Bowl champs, Steelers.
Now we ain't done the. We got those coming up too soon enough, man.
I don't think I'm wavering from 12-5.
I'm going 17-0 again.
Division winners, 12-5. I'm good with that.
Fair enough.
Jacob Alessio, I said top 5. DOA.
Dead or alive? Come on, top 5. Dead or alive?
My bad. I didn't even know what he was saying.
Come on.
I thought that was Death of Auto Tune or something.
Which isn't bad though. I like that. Shout out to the reference.
Yeah, Deke do. Yeah, I forgot about that nickname.
Yeah, man, you are Deke do.
I don't remember who said that. Someone called in.
I thought that was Zeke. Shazier.
Was it? Yeah, he called in. He was on something.
He definitely was on one. Master Moats and Deke do.
That's pretty good.
Oh, all right, let's get it.
I think that is the last of the super chats.
All righty. So let's see what we get else on the docket. Oh, that's right, because we do have the first preseason game coming up on Saturday. We will do our official game preview on Wednesday.
Top 3 guys to watch for.
Absolutely. We'll do
maybe
all
top
of that
5
on Wednesday, without a doubt. But today, just wanted to hit the front end of this thing, man, as we prepare for the game on Saturday. I just wanted to say, man, who do we think should play and who do we think should sit in this opener against Seattle, man?
Okay. How we doing this? Who should sit?
Yeah, just name some names and I'll see if I agree because I have some names on my list. But if we got the same names, then it's all good.
Okay, I'm conflicted about the receivers. I actually wouldn't mind for all of them to sit. Pickens, I've seen enough. He could sit the rest of training camp and preseason. He's good. Claypool, too. I mean, a little banged up and stuff. Deontay, he's like our wide receiver one, most for sure guy, Pro Bowler last year. I wouldn't mind all of them sitting. At the same time, I would like to see Mitch actually play with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say probably just keep them in. Najee Harris, sit his ass.
Yeah, we'll start offense first. Yeah, stick on the offense, and I'll react to my offense as well.
Najee, nah, he could sit. Freiermuth, I would like him to sit, but it's the same sentiment with the receivers. What does he look like with Mitch? Man, that's tough. So how many do I only have Najee like as an official guy?
Okay.
And then, offensive line, everyone could play.
So for me on offense, I'm sitting Najee Harris, I'm sitting Pat Freiermuth, and I'm sitting Deontay Johnson. I'm going to see what Chase Claypool's shoulder feels like. If I don't like what that is, I'm sitting him. Everyone else, though, I'm playing. I want George out there. George needs to play in the NFL. How's he going to be ready to play in the NFL without playing in the NFL?
It was a joke.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my mans out there. Believe that.
It was a joke. But
no, it's all good. I ain't tripping. But, I think of him, and I'm like, with some of the offensive linemen, I thought Chooks maybe. Because obviously he's been starting here now for 2 years consistently. We obviously gave him the big bag this all season. So he was probably the only offensive lineman I would sit. Him, James Daniels. But once again, I need to see what it looks like. I want
like
to see the improvement. Yeah, and that's the other reason why, even though those two guys to me, money-wise, make sense to sit them out, I feel like I need to see it in a game all together, at least for a series. It doesn't have to be crazy long, but at least for a series, and then go from there, man. Because practice, like I said, is one thing, but you don't have that continuity. It's not the same as in the past when it was Marquise Pouncey, David DeCastro, Ramon Foster, Marcus Gilbert, Al Villanueva, or Kelvin Beachum. Man, them dudes are starting together for years. So you didn't have to play them in the preseason. You didn't need to see a ton of this to know what you were getting, to know how they work together. James Daniels hasn't blocked next to Mason Cole and Chooks Okorafor with Kevin Dotson or Kendrick Green along with Dan Moore. Like, we haven't seen that just yet. So that's the part where I'm like, I do feel like I want to see them out there. But the receivers, Deontay, man, you chilling. You are getting airmailed to the season. Chase Claypool.
Oh, you don't want him to play one game?
Nah, I'm good on that.
Really?
Absolutely. Because to me, he's more valuable in season. Him getting hurt in any way, shape, or form kills what I'm trying to accomplish this season.
Even with the quarterback competition. Do you get what I'm saying, though?
Can get it
in terms of just seeing who looks like what with the actual first team.
They can get it in practice. Those quarterbacks, to me, I can lose one of them, and I'm still okay with the other two. I can't lose a Deontay Johnson right now. That's just the reality of it. We don't have another Deontay right now. We're hoping that George can develop into a true wide receiver one, but he still doesn't do what Deontay has done for multiple seasons. Chase hasn't done that. Calvin hasn't done that. We don't have a receiver that can do what he does right now. So that's the biggest reason for why, for me, I just think that he is too valuable to even entertain him being out there. That's why I would sit him. And like I said, with Chase, it's just depending on the shoulder. If he was healthy all camp, I'm playing him this week. I'm playing him at least in one of these games. You know what I mean? 1.5. Not a crazy amount, but I want him to get some reps. But outside of that, it's like, man, the rest of you is like, I need to see y'all. I need to get
Freiermuth based off injury as well.
That's the whole reason, because he was hurt. Yep. And it's a hamstring on top of that. If it wasn't a hamstring, if it was like just a bone bruise or a bump, like, that's different. But with the hammy, it's soft tissue. That's something that unfortunately he will deal with the rest of this season if he doesn't allow it to fully heal. And when you're on that clock of week 1, you don't really allow it to fully heal because you're testing it. You're like, yo, I got to get back. And the whole thing with the hammy, you're like, don't test it. Keep chilling. But how do you know where it's at if you don't test it? So that's why for me, I'm like with Pat.
And you just want reps.
Right. I don't want Pat to even entertain that, and let alone put him in a game where now you're not thinking about protecting this. That dog in you shows up, and now you're maxing out doing something that you shouldn't be doing in a game that, in the grand scheme of things, is meaningless for Pat Freiermuth and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the thought process with it, man.
Defense.
What you got on defense? Yeah. How you feeling on defense, baby?
Cam, Alualu, Ogunjo. Hey, a whole defensive line I don't need to see out there. TJ Watt, no.
Sit all of them.
I'd like to see Miles Jack.
Okay.
Minka for sure. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Miles Jack. I mean, he's been in the league for 4 or 5 years, and has been pretty damn good success. I'd say.
I would agree.
I just want to see him in the Steelers defense, him move around out there a little bit. See him with either Devin Bush or Robert Spillane too. Now, I don't know if that has to be particularly this game. Could it be the second or third game? But this wouldn't be a bad start.
Fair enough.
That's really it for me.
Okay.
I mean, because the cornerbacks.
So you want to see all of them, right?
Yeah, that's all depending on injury. Like, if any of these dudes aren't good, it goes back to what you were saying. Like, don't be out there. Don't be trying to push it. If you're any of the starters, I'd rather you not do that. But if everyone's good, I think everyone outside of Minka, whole defensive line starters, and T.J. Watt.
Okay.
I could see sitting high. Oh, he's hurt now, so I mean, he doesn't need to be out there.
So for me, Cam, TJ, Minka, 100%. I'm sitting them out. They're not playing. Levi, if he was healthy, I would have set him.
Right,
but he hasn't been. So it's like I don't like. If he gets healthy enough for this game, I need to see him. I need to see some of those reps, man. He's in a competition. Edmonds, I definitely need to see him, even though I don't need to see a lot of him. I just need to see just a series.
Just be out there.
Just a series or two. That's it. Tyson is the weird one for me, though. I don't want to play him, but because he's missed essentially a whole season, I do want him to get some reps.
And he's just getting back.
Right. So that's the thing.
If his practice goes well this week, then I think you're right.
Yeah, so the way I feel about Tyson is very similar to how I feel about Larry. Excuse me, with Larry, same concept. It's like, I know who you are when you're healthy, but at the same time, you're coming back from injury. But you're new here, so I'm like, I do want to see it, but I don't want to see it at the expense of your recovery.
Exactly.
I don't want to see it if it's going to cost you week 1 or week 2. And that's that whole dilemma that I'm in. I would much rather play Chris Wormley or Montravius Adams and start DeMarvin Leal for, every preseason game if that means we're going to have Larry Ogunjobi and Tyson Alualu available to us for the whole season.
Put some pressure on that inside linebacker competition, too.
Absolutely. All my inside guys, I want to see them. Miles is probably the only one that I would sit, but because he's new here, I do want him to just get that experience, man, of in-stadium, how we communicate, and what that feel is, because like I said, everywhere we do it, every team does it differently, and he don't need a lot of it, but just give him some of it. Yeah, but other than that, though, man, these dudes is playing. Cam Sutton, I'm sitting him. I don't need to see him.
Really?
Yeah. Unless the competition is for him to legitimately be at outside. If it is, well, then he has to go. He got to play because you're really in a dogfight. I know the money says 4 or 5, but we all feel, and based on the tape, that he is a better slot corner, that he's just more natural there. So, granted, I feel like I'm kind of hedging my bet that he's going to get bumped inside. But if I know that I'm going to end up bumping him inside anyways, I don't need to see Cam Sutton out there doing a preseason game. We know he can play on the outside. I know he can bump inside.
Maybe don't want to reveal too much, too.
Corner too. Yeah, well, that too, absolutely.
Keep Cincy on their toes for week 1.
Yeah, so he would be the other one that I'll probably sit out there, man.
All right, so over half the players we're talking about starting, both offense, defense.
Boss kicking?
He did last year for us, right? Just not the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
yet.
Sometimes we'll because we signed a dude at the beginning for the Hall of Fame, and then Boss came in right the week after that or 2 weeks after that. Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, Boss can play.
Yeah,
Harvin, he definitely needs to play.
Nah, he got to, man. But Harvin wants to play, man. Certain players, you look forward to these opportunities because this is your chance to rewrite the narrative. And if you're Devin Bush, you should be excited about preseason. This is your chance to rewrite that narrative. If you're Robert Spillane, you're excited about the preseason. This is your chance to, on equal playing field, show that, hey, I'm a better player than Devin Bush. This, certain players, preseason does matter a little bit more. It should be more exciting to them. We talk about those quarterbacks. This preseason, all 3 of them dudes chomping at the bit. I'm sure Mason can't wait because he's tired of all the excuses, right? He wants to say, hey, I'm doing it on Sundays now, or I'm doing it in stadium now. So you can't just say it's practice. You can't just say it's the familiarity, So there's certain things, man, that it's going to make this preseason very exciting, though, man.
Excited to see Gunner maybe in the return role. They got him as the first guy.
I definitely want to see that.
Clearly, they should.
I want to see him as a return. I want to see Calvin returning that thing as well, man.
Either way, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and like I said, man, when we come back on Wednesday, man, we'll obviously talk more about the game itself, breaking it down, who we're looking for, seeing more importantly and stuff like that. But, just wanted to give him a quick Who we starting?
100%.
Yeah.
Is that the last topic? Then we just have super chats. Am I wrong?
I low-key don't. No, we got one other topic.
What is it?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, wow.
Dun, dun, dun. Going back to your old stomping grounds in Cleveland, Mr. Massage Man. All right, so what you got for us on the table today, baby? Talk to me here, baby. Talk to me. You know, we're hearing over in Cleveland that they have someone that's very disgruntled in their backfield. You know, obviously requested a trade and things like that. Kareem Hunt, former Pro Bowl running back, Kansas City Chiefs, and has been an awesome compliment, a 1B to Nick Chubb in that Browns rushing attack. And then on the flip side, obviously we know here in Pittsburgh, we've talked about the running back too, and who we think is in the market or who we think could win that. We obviously have seen the Steelers working out players as well. Jordan Howard, they signed Master Teague. They've been clearly looking into the various running backs that are available to them and the different levels of them as well. So here we are, and they actually already signed another guy in terms of Jeremy McNichols. I forgot all about him. So we've seen the different levels this offseason, and not even this offseason, just in training camp, of the different caliber running backs. A Master Teague who, you know, undrafted.
They said the next boss.
Hasn't really, the next Jerome Bettis. Y'all gotta stop this, bro. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill.
Some have compared.
Y'all gotta chill, bro.
Some have compared his running styles to Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
Ben Morris, Barry Foster.
No.
What's so funny?
Bust though, bro.
I didn't say that one.
I'm just like,
I couldn't.
bro.
I can't disrespect the boss.
I'm like that. You ain't go Dwyer. You ain't go go with a big body dude. This boy say next bus.
It's with CBS too.
Yeah,
it's with CBS writer.
Holy cow! But we've seen how they went with a Master Teague. We've seen a Jeremy McNichols who was kind of like that mid-tier guy who's coming off of a good season, but still wasn't a proven prospect. And then you had Jordan Howard, a guy that they had brought in for a workout. 2,000-yard seasons, Pro Bowler, a proven starter in this league. So we're seeing the different variations of guys they're interested in. So obviously when the Kareem Hunt news came up, it was like, yo, let's have a conversation about it, man. From my perspective, I look at it two ways. I think that if the team were to have interest, I could understand why. Kareem Hunt's a proven commodity. Kareem Hunt, number one, has proven that he can play this league, man. Pro Bowl, like I talked about. But more importantly, he's also proven that he doesn't mind being in a role where he has to split the backfield, where he's not even the quote-unquote 1A of that backfield. Him having to share the offense with Nick Chubb, and we know what Nick Chubb is and who he is in this league, to still see Kareem Hunt be able to carve out a role that he's had, while at the same time, up until this recently in terms of the contract, he really hasn't had a lot of negative things coming out from, you know, his time in Cleveland. So you definitely like that part. You know that he would be open to it. You know that he would understand how it operates. So you wouldn't have to worry about him being a cancer to Najee Harris or him coming over here and we have the Melvin Ingram situation happen again, right? So I definitely like those parts of it. And then you also add to the fact that you're helping your team while hurting a division opponent. The Cleveland Browns with Nick Chubb solely, still dope, but it's not Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So, yeah, you're weakening them in a sense, man. So that part, it makes sense. In terms of why you wouldn't, or if the team didn't have interest, I could understand that as well. Maybe you just flat out want to roll with the guys you have. Maybe you're excited about Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland, Jalen Warren, a Master Teague, and you think that, hey, these guys are going to surprise you. All right, well, if that's the case, you wouldn't worry about it. If you don't want to, number one, give up an asset to trade for him, and then still have to sign him to the contract. Probably a premium asset,
too, because if you're trading Cleveland, they're going to have to bump you up. Probably an extra draft pick or two.
Absolutely. They would definitely try to play a little hardball because of that division and things like that. But then you would also have to pay him a little bit more, probably around that $4 million range. I feel like it's going to be in that area. So you would have to ask yourself, is he worth that? If you don't feel he's worth that, or you don't want to have the as high end of a number 2 running back, well, then, hey, you don't go that route. So for Pittsburgh, I can see if it does come out down the line, because right now there hasn't been any reports. We're just simply talking about it.
Stefanski said he wasn't talking about it, and then there was another report that came out that the Browns denied his request. Now, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, unless something changed, they're going to have somebody that's pissed off and organizations don't want to pay money. So it's got to come to a head somehow, some way. And we all have seen how organizations and players could say something, but at the end of the time, time
something's
comes
going on
down,
behind the scenes.
Something behind the scenes. Absolutely. So we'll see, how this thing plays out. But like I said, I can understand both parts of it with Kareem Hunt, because Kareem definitely helps this team out. He would definitely make us better. He would definitely take a lot of the workload off of Najee and make him a better player on top of that. And you think about having a Najee Harris being able to work with a Kareem Hunt who's been doing this for a while now. I just think that as a whole, it's a lot of positives there. But when you're talking about a $4 million plus draft pick backup, because that's what it would cost in theory, right in that $4 million range, maybe even more depending on what he wants. I don't know the exact numbers. I'm just based off of what he's been making and him saying he wants more money and just slightly increasing it. If you don't want to pay him that plus give up a draft pick, then it's like, why would you worry about it?
Yeah.
But if you did go that route, I wouldn't fault you, because I can understand why, because he would put to rest a lot of concerns in that backfield as well.
My main question is, why does he want traded?
Well, because he said that he wanted a new contract in Cleveland, and they didn't want to give it to him initially. I think he was getting like 2.5 or something like that.
No, it's even worse than that. It's 2 for $12 he got, so $6 million a year.
Yeah. Oh, pull it up. Let me see.
Yeah.
Was he getting this final year right here? That's what I'm talking about.
So right now he's getting his base salary is 1.3.
Yeah, so that's what it was. Yeah,
roster bonus
he wants
4.9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he was saying that he wants more in terms of like the new contract, the base salary part of it. So yeah.
So we have $9 million in cap space. I don't know if we have to allot for anything coming up here before the season starts.
Yeah, I'd have to look back into that. Yeah,
that was the rough Google search that I did. It was around $9 million. He wants a bigger contract, which I would assume also means he wants to be a running back one again.
See, I'm still trying to think in the league though, who outside of Derrick Henry is just clear cut RB1, no 1A with the 1B. Because when I thought about...
You got Aaron Jones and Dylan.
Right, and then when I thought about in Tampa, when it was Ronald Jones and
Jonathan
Taylor. Leonard Fournette. But even before... who was with Jonathan before... somebody got hurt with Jonathan. It wasn't Marlon Mack. What?
I honestly don't remember.
I'm trying to blink because it was... Definitely when Jonathan Taylor first got there, it was like 3 or 4 of the running backs. I mean, we even talked about Marlon Mack. It was like, we should get one of their dudes because they got a stable of these guys over here. Cincinnati probably, because they've gotten rid of
probably 5 or 6 teams then, right?
But even though with Cincinnati for a while they had Giovanni Bernard and Rex Burkhead working with Mixon for a little while. So
I'm gonna go through Dalvin Cook with the Vikings for sure.
Yeah,
even Zeke and Pollard's little combo backfield now.
Yeah,
Antonio Gibson with Washington. He's kind of their number one. I don't think they really got anyone behind him.
It was Nyheim Hines. That's what it was. Good call in that chat.
Right,
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all in the chat.
Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams. They're now with the Broncos.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of just...
Eckler. I mean, who's their second? I mean, he is kind of their bell cow, but they got a couple guys behind him.
But it's just still is just different to me, like in the sense of like we're kind of an outlier in how we are running our offense right now with it just being Najee. Like we're doing it like how the Titans are with Derrick Henry. Like that's where we're at with this thing, and that's the part where when I think of even if Kareem wants to be RB1, it's like, yo, you technically were RB1 in Cleveland. I think wherever he goes, he's going to still be in that same role where he was just at. It might flip depending on if he goes to a team where they might have had an injury at their running back spot or they don't have a clear-cut RB1. It might shift, but he's still going to have to split in some capacity. It might not be a 50-50, but he's still going to have to share it. And that's the part where, to me, I say, yeah, if that's something that you're looking for, you can go with that. But like I say, he's going to be a little bit more high-end. The part for me that makes me say no is just the trade element of it. Because we're in the division, we know they're going to tax us. They're not going to get, like, if a normal team could get them for a 3rd rounder or a 4th rounder, they're not going to give it to us for that. They're going to
I just don't think it's possible.
Right, they're going to play hardball. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think to your point, too, is what does he exactly want? Maybe he just wants more money. He doesn't care if he's running back 1, running back 2, because actually if he's running back 2, that could prolong his career a little bit, and he could stay healthier. He won't get as banged up. So maybe he just simply wants more money. Now, if that involves, man, if it's 6 right now, he wants like 7 or 8. I don't even think we can afford that long term with having Najee Harris. We're gonna eventually have to pay him. Like we can't be paying 2 running backs. Running back one money.
But also you have to remember too with how his contract is structured. The 1 4 whatever is the base. That's what's gonna hit for real this year. The 4 is the roster bonus. It's like a workout bonus or something like that. So you do that so you can offset when it hits. But we talked about just like kind of like using a credit card for the players. Like that's kind of what we could do if we wanted to do something like that. Where it's like, yeah, we're still paying you X, but this is technically as a bonus. This is as this. This is as that. So it doesn't kill you cap wise this year. So we would have some flexibility with that.
But like what I'm saying, if we trade, we'd have to probably give him like a 2 or 3 year deal, right?
Yeah, absolutely, you would.
Which,
and that's the only way
we could probably make it work because Najee's on a rookie deal. But
and because we don't have a quarterback on a big deal either.
It'd kind of be weird though if you're paying Kareem Hunt like 7 or 8, and Najee's your guy getting 60% of snaps.
But no, that's what they did with Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake. Think about that, man. They brought in Kenyon Drake. Josh was still on his rookie deal.
Okay.
Absolutely,
I guess it's been done before then.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he would cure.
Melvin Ingram was making more money than Alex Highsmith last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would cure our running back 2 issues right there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it would.
Yeah.
That's the thing. What's exactly he's looking for? If he's looking for more money, I don't know if we could do that though.
Yeah.
On paper, yeah.
Because I'm just thinking
we had Kareem Hunt to our team as a backup with Najee Harris. Wow, that'd be great.
Yeah, because but that's how we looked at Cleveland when they got Kareem Hunt to go with Nick Chubb. Was like, bro,
I think
what?
at that time though, he was just looking for a drop. Like that was probably his best opportunity. Yeah. Whereas like I don't know,
they took a chance on him because we knew the situation and everything like that.
He's so much more removed right now. Where I think someone would give him a way better chance to be like an RB1 for their team.
But the beauty is the running back market, they're not paying guys more than 4 a year. So that's why I was like, I'm leaving that number at 4 because I don't see them paying dudes more than that right now on a per year basis for a Kareem Hunt right now.
Oh, true. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm definitely with you on that because, I mean, what did Melvin Gordon just get
Exactly,
paid?
bro. And I'm like, Melvin's been not a bell cow, but he's been a lot more featured. You know what I mean? In terms of what he's been doing.
Actually, he would be a good example because I think things are shifting in Denver now. Javonte Williams will be the guy. Yeah. Melvin Gordon would be like that RB2 guy. They started shifting last year.
Absolutely.
So I want to say it was $5 million. So I'm with you. Maybe Kareem Hunt's a little bit off, but that's what I'm saying.
I put him at 4.
If he's looking for more money, then that's why I'm wondering: is he looking to be RB1? Because RB1 would equate to getting more money.
Yeah.
Let me see what Gordon got though.
And while you checking that out, everybody do what Calculated Snipe just said. He said, "Smash the like button." Shout out to you, Calculated Snipe, and everybody else has been saying that as well, man. Salute us.
It's even less than 1 year, $2.5 million.
Yeah. Like I said, 4 is the number that
4 or
I'm
5
not
would
going
make
over,
sense,
bro.
I guess, right?
I'm not going over 4, but I'm gonna sell it to him nice. You get a chance to go against your team, your old squad. Show them what's up, man. $4 million in your pocket, straight cash money, where you like it too, man. I'll even sign a bonus to you. How you want it?
Yeah, I think all these elements go to show that this wouldn't be a deal that's happening.
Yeah.
Browns.
Yeah, it's the Browns
once more
part,
money.
Though, bro.
Where we're saying, it would make sense if it was less money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he want to be a starter? Where's he at with his amount of carry? Like, is he disgruntled in Cleveland also because he's RB2 and not getting as many carries as Nick Chubb?
Or
I don't know.
maybe he's upset with everything else that's going on in Cleveland. It's a lot going on there. He's lost a quarterback. He has a new quarterback. Maybe he doesn't like how that's been playing out.
He's a Baker guy.
You know? Yeah. Never know, man.
You don't.
Maybe, You just never know, bro. You never know.
Yeah, because literally all you just heard was he requested a trade and the Browns denied it. That was it.
Yeah, it was so out of the blue, man. But obviously we know we're thirsty for a running back right now. And this is not us saying this. This is the team. I'm going off of them. They keep working out running backs. They've signed 2 in the past 10 days between Jeremy McNichols and then Master Teague. So yeah, that's them. They in that thing, man. Yeah.
All right, I'll read some of these super chats, and then we're done, correct?
Yes, because I do got to get ready to get dinner, man. Wifey's a little under the weather right now, man, so I got to be on super dad mode today, man.
Okay.
Let me take another sip of your birthday drink. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to us.
For sure. Did I read this one already? Cameron Sensening.
Mm-hmm.
Might be this a little short men career, LOL, all up. No, maybe he's referring to his other comment. I can't remember what the comment was because I can't find it. It said something about career.
I'm going to go see if I can find it because I am not exactly sure.
I'll read this one then. In the meantime,
Yeah.
Dylan Goodson says, what receivers y'all think make the 53? Maybe 7. DJ, Chase, George, Calvin, Miller, Boykin, and maybe Gunner? I think it's between Miller and Boykin for that last spot. Gunner for the return stuff, yeah. So probably 6.
6, I think, is the max. I think at the end of the day, they're going to find, when you start talking about wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6, that's your, like, Hey Bay type, right? The guy that does special teams and offense. I feel like you have Gunner already. So I think he has, like, a leg up in that competition right there. But I'm with you on the top 4. I think the top 4 are locked in terms of Pickens, Deontay, Clay, Chase, and Austin. I think they're good. After that, coin flip. I think Gunner is probably the next. I'll probably have him as my 5th guy, but then it's a coin flip between Boykins, Miller, Steven Sims, like all of them. Cody White, he's another guy. Yeah.
Calculated snipe. You think Flores is prepping to be our coach after Coach T?
I don't think he's waiting for after Coach T. I think that he's just gearing up to try to get back into this head coaching thing in the league. I mean, Brian Flores, man, granted, it wasn't the crazy amount of success in Miami, but he definitely did something nice down there.
To go
in
up
those
against
2
the
years,
organization.
dude.
You want to talk about whenever I was talking about Ben going up against the organization.
No, seriously,
Flores literally
man.
was.
Seriously.
Ben was too, but you get it's out there with
proven.
Flores.
Yeah. So for me, man, I'm with you on that, man. Brian Flores, he definitely is prepping. I don't know, like I said, not for Coach T, because I don't think Coach T is retiring anytime soon. But I do think Brian Flores will be trying to put his name back in the hat within these next couple of years, though.
Fish momentum. More Flores talk. If we win, will Flores be a head coach again?
Absolutely.
I'm sure he will be.
Mm-hmm.
Deserved to be this offseason.
No question he did, man.
Also says, Moats, what's your favorite ambition banger?
I will get you a name. I have not really went back and said, oh, this is my favorite just yet. So, yeah. But give me some time, though.
City 6-time champs. Happy blessed day, Deke. What up, bruh? Master Moats. Remember, it's years blessed and not old. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Fair enough.
Claypool should play to show all this maturity he worked on. Can he lead if Deontay goes?
I like the thought process.
Deontay's around now.
Yeah. But no, I like the thought process, man. I just think that for Chase, man, he'll be able to show a lot more of that in the regular season. But he can definitely still be a leader out here in the preseason, though. I mean, it's been times where you're the veteran player or you're the more established player, and coach is like, yo, I know these guys are sitting out, but I need you out there. Be the leader. Be the guy. And you got to go out there and be the leader. Them young guys are going to look at you, and you better be the guy. You know, so, I mean, that definitely could be a nice little, like, practice round for him in terms of just showing that maturity and the development that he's going through. Yeah, and sometimes coaches will do that, too. They will say, hey, I'm dressing you because I want you to be out there. You're the veteran. I don't need you to play long, but I need you to go through that process with these dudes. So, no, it definitely could be the case, man.
Fish Momentum went on a run here to close us out. Says, y'all want the stories on Wednesday or Friday?
Uh-oh. You heard what he said now. He asked some questions, man. I'm not sure off the top of my head just yet, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fish Momentum also says, September 30th, Ambition Live. Y'all better be there.
Deke got to remember this time, man. Deke, how you was Deke there and not there? Like, bro.
I'll try.
What you doing? Come on, man.
Prayers to you guys and your family, Moats.
No, appreciate you, man, from the heart.
Can't wait to see y'all at the games.
Heck yeah, man.
Hashtag here we go.
And the games are starting soon, baby. This Saturday.
It says, yo, tailgate with Moats and Deke. Hashtag Welch's Insider. And he said, what you think of the other Jim Cummings videos? Haven't seen them.
I have not gotten all of them just yet. Like, man, you sent me like a ton of emails. Like, when he said that he was going to resend everything, he literally resent everything. Yeah, it was a lot. And for me personally, I don't spend that much time diving into all that. So, yeah, I'm going to get to it, though. But just work with me here. Work with me.
It says, Deke, we need to talk music. Hashtag unknown band. Can't wait
What's
for...
your name again? What's the name?
No. What are the unknown band?
At 29, you ain't going to tell me, man? Bro, act your age. Come on, bro. You're 29 years old, bro. You got to be a little more mature here, man. What's the name of the band, bro?
I can't do it.
All right, just check. All right.
Can't wait for another live show with Moats and Deke. Yeah, looking forward to it.
No, man. Like I said, we'll be live, but we won't be on location. But next live show will be Wednesday, man. And we love you in this building, baby. Call, always appreciate you. But yeah, man, we have not figured out our next on location just yet. But we're gonna be out though. We'll be out.
Jacob Alessio. Moats, what is your favorite game intro memory?
My favorite game intro memory. No. This would have been 2014. If I remember correctly, it should have been. It was the Bengals one because the picture showed it showed in that wild card game against the Ravens. But it's a picture of me, Vince, Shamarko, I think Dree Archer and Ryan Shazier. We're coming out the tunnel and we're doing like a jump, and it was like freeze frame. They caught the dope pitch. It was like the Post Gazette and all that stuff. But it was like one of my first like, yo, this is like a hard intro, and it wasn't like my individual intro. And like the individual intros are cool, but just that like scene was dope because it was I think Vince was the one who recommended it. He was like, yo, not all of us get to start. And, you know, we'll alternate offensive starters, defensive starters, but all of us on defense weren't starting at that time, so we don't all get introduced. So he's like, yo, you gotta remember, bro, if we at the front of the line, this is our intro, because when this smoke clear, who the first people they're gonna see? Us. So he's like, yo, what we need to do is jump. It's gonna look crazy. Just do it. And I remember us debating them like, bro, what? This is stupid. We are not about to be jumping in the air coming out here. Like, we ain't no cheerleaders. What the heck I want to jump for? I got cleats on, bro. This dumb. Like, nah, we ain't doing this. And right at the last minute, we all just jumped. And they caught the picture. And when we saw it, I'm just like, bruh. Whew. Yeah, so for me, man, I would say that one right there, man. So, yeah. And because I got my OG guys in there, man, from when I first joined the Steelers family. Shamarko Thomas and Dree Archer. I'm like, bruh, blast from the past. So, yeah, man.
Stan Claire, what happened Fridays?
Huh?
He says, what happened Fridays?
What happened to
Fridays? I guess we missed the last two shows. Yeah, we were just out of town, right?
Oh, yeah, we were just out of town. That's it. Yeah. So, we're still good on that. And I'm still kind of up in the air, too, when the season starts, about Thursday afternoon versus Friday mornings, all right? So, I'm playing with that. I'm leaning still Thursday afternoon right now.
That might be the play.
Yeah, because the difference is this. Thursday afternoon, we guarantee we get access to our interviews, player interviews. And that's the part where it's like, I don't want us to jeopardize that for just uniform schedule. Oh, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm just playing back and forth with that. But who knows? Maybe y'all don't care about interviews like that. So that's cool, too.
I think that could be the play.
You sure?
I think me personally. I'll go either. But, you know, I'm a team player. I'll go either way.
I'm a
I could care
Wednesday, Thursday guy.
I think that'd be the play.
That's me. Like, I love that. It's just, you know, I kind of like off season. We were Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that was the only thing. So, you know, but you know, we'll make it work. But anywho, man, I do got to get ready to get up out this thing.
I'll rattle these off.
Yeah,
real
but
quick.
say we got to roll through here, man. Wifey gonna come down these stairs, man. It's, like I said, she ain't feeling good. You don't want not feeling good, wifey, to hit you with that. Bae, really? You know what I'm saying? So come on,
Fish
man.
Momentum says Deke dropped that Penn State freestyle.
Ooh.
I don't have anything good to say about Penn State, so no, I'm good. Maybe it could be a diss track.
Yeah.
Bart Boschiato says, I love this chat. Good people.
Can I be
Happy
featured
birthday,
on
Deke.
your Penn State diss track? Because, you know, I still hold a grudge for when they ain't offered me after Joe Pot looked me in my eyes and told me everything was great and I was killing it. They can't. He shook my hand, walked me on out that offense. Oh, yeah, man. No. I still hold that. Yeah.
Maybe you could get the second verse.
I'm definitely featured on. At least let me get the hook. I want the hook.
Stan Claire, happy B-Day, Deke. Donald Copeland, happy B-Day, Deke. Back with boys.
Hey, backwoods for the culture.
I have one more thing to say, though.
What you got for us, man?
Before we sign off, this is a big deal.
This is a big deal.
Hold on. Oh, wait, I got it. I got it pulled up.
I'm nervous, Deke.
Did you see the TV screen as we were doing this podcast? The official USA Today coaches poll have dropped.
Bama was the one.
Yeah, Bama won.
Yeah, Bama's won over Georgia, and Georgia obviously won the Natty last year. Bama got a lot of people coming back.
Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Clemson 4, Notre Dame 5.
Uh-huh.
Let's just fast forward
Y'all
here.
top 10?
Pitt at 16.
Snubbed.
A little bit.
Snubbed. I thought y'all be like 12, but I like that, though. How you feel about that?
We're in the mix.
Now, what's up with Slovis, though? Let's keep it G. We know he got hurt the other day. They
Did
said,
he?
Yeah, they carted him off.
You know
What's
more
going
than
on,
me.
man?
You know more than me.
Nah, you know who sent it to me?
TG.
You better believe it.
He's been eyeing up.
He's sitting it to me with the eyeball emojis.
He's pulling a Belichick on us.
Pitt quarterback carted off the field.
Is he down there filming our practices?
Lower body injury. I said, ooh. He said with just the eyes. I was like, okay, all right.
That's what he's on. That's what he needs to have happen.
He's hey, bro.
West Virginia to beat Pitt.
Hey,
is that what he
that's
needs?
all I'm saying, bro. He's very aware.
Desperate?
He is very aware. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Why doesn't he focus on his own team?
Hey, that's all I'm saying. I looked at my phone. I'm like, bro, what's TG take? And it was like late too. I'm like, bro, what's TG? What's up, bro? I said, oh, he wildin'. Yep.
Others receiving votes.
Mm-hmm.
JMU.
Stop playing. We ain't in that conversation right now. Well, we need work.
A couple other ACC teams. Wake Forest 19, Miami 17, NC State at 13.
NC State, though, they were right last year, though.
Clemson at 4. So maybe our ACC little gauntlet isn't as easy as I thought.
No, man, that's good for you guys.
It is good.
You want Clemson at 4. You want some of them teams rated high like that.
We're not playing Clemson in regular season, but we'll see them in the ACC championship.
Absolutely, and you need to have some of that. Yeah,
exactly. Absolutely. I just needed to throw that out there. I'm kind of excited right now.
No, I'm actually glad you brought that up because I did want to ask you about if you knew about the quarterback going down for a little while. Hopefully it's not serious. I haven't refollowed up or anything like that. But
I'll check on it.
Yeah.
Not right now, but I'll check on it.
For sure. But I like it then, man. No, that was dope, bro. Hope you enjoyed your first show on the Arthur Experience with Deke as a 29-year-old. You know, hope it was everything you hoped and dreamed it would be, man.
I think it was the best show I've done.
Hey, man, it's the best show I've ever seen you do as a 29-year-old. I'll tell you that, man. So, yeah, keep the taco meat flowing, man, and we'll keep rocking with y'all. Y'all keep rocking with us, man. But as always, we appreciate the heck out of y'all. Don't forget that promo code with the Manscaped, baby. Definitely want to get that 20% off and your free shipping. But anywho, until next time, baby.
Peace.